Kitty. Kitty. Kitty.
Hola. Already locked in on this piece. This was fighting me yesterday. I was so mad.
Hey!
Hello, eyes. I did figure out what was wrong with it, though. It wasn't even the rendering. It was the fucking anatomy. I fixed it, though. Her hands were too big. These are also the best hands I've rendered. And drawn. I'm going to be very low energy today because I'm running on 2 hours of sleep and then another, or 3 hours of sleep and then 2 hours of sleep. Went to sleep at 11, woke up at 1, was up until 5, slept until 7 to 7:30ish. My sleep schedule's so fucked right now. Each time I think that I'm gonna fix it by sleeping early, I end up waking up in the middle of the night. I don't. I don't sleep. Uh-huh. Right. Hi, Jumpy. How are you? I'm doing good. I'm really tired, but I'm alive and here. Thank you, eyes. Yeah, you guys should go check out Chompy. They're like a huge inspiration for how I draw bodies, honestly. Their art is so pretty, so delicious. Hi, Marant. Mm-hmm. Oh, hello, Cosmic Jax. How are you? Well, thank you so much for the follow. Mm-hmm. Find someone I can draw with? Oh, hell yeah. Enjoy drawing along. My Discord has been really fun this last week because we have a body doubling VC where it force mutes anyone who joins, but anyone can share their screen and it'll just be like a pool of artists just all drawing in there and I love it. It's a big motivator, honestly. Oh, thank you. I really like downturned ears. Downturned elf ears, like goblin-y ears. They're so cute. Hi, Kinu. I'll be honest, guys. I almost like lost track of time for stream. I was like, I'm gonna log on to the Minecraft server and I'm just gonna, do a little bit of stuff. And the next thing I know, I was like, oh my god, stream is soon. I'm also really happy with how active the server's been. You guys have been awesome on there. Everyone's so friendly too. And I'm very grateful for the people who are like super skilled and could just beat the game immediately, but are kind of like being patient with the other people who are a bit slower. Yeah, of course you can join the server. So the Discord server, oh, there you go, is where you get access to the Minecraft server if you do want to join the Minecraft server. My community is very friendly. We are 18 plus, just a heads up. But we're a bunch of adults who like to draw together and play Minecraft. Bunch of dinguses. I'm gonna play when I'm done streaming, honestly. I'm almost done the house. I hate doing roofs, and so I've been like putting off building. Okay, no worries. Do you draw together online? I've thought about doing it because I know there's like those sites where you can draw on the same canvas, but I have not yet. But yeah, feel free to join in, Jax, and draw with us whenever we do. I usually do, so I work 9 to 5 for my commissions. So I'm normally in there during the weekdays, and then other people will start like pooling in. Eyes, you're the biggest Ningus here. Let's be real. If you ever do end up, if you ever are able to join the Minecraft server, by all means join us that as well. Anyone can join that's in the server, as long as they follow the rules. Is that an Uno reverse card? It is rude. I don't have my glasses on, so I had to squint. Yeah, I did see the Magma one. I think I would do it as like an event thing, like for a birthday or for like a special stream. It could be really fun. Like an event type thing. I feel like whenever I draw on those, I never know what to draw because the resources are so limited. I don't have my usual tools. My coffee's cold. Mm. Like draw palette for drawing together online. It has so many brushes and options. Ooh, I'll note that down. Mm. She looks so pretty. Okay, so the client who commissioned me is Bim10. They're a partnered VTuber. They're a werewolf tavern keep, and they have the loveliest accent. I popped into their stream once because I was like, oh, I'm interested, like what my client does. And I listened to her voice and I was like, oh my god, I'm smitten. Her character design is so pretty. If you love thick Scottish accents, definitely watch her. This is her model here, and this is like one of her new outfits she got. It's so cute. I'm such a sucker for Scottish accents and Nigerian accents. What's her stream? It's just I believe it's just Bim 10. Let's see. Let me check. Bim 10.
Hello,
Dodo. Hello.
How are you? Fine,
Thank you. Oh my god. Hello, Dodo. Oh my god, 6'7". 6'7". How are you, Dodo? You got any art tags for us? You had quite the viewership going on. Your friends are waiting outside. Well, go hang out with them. Feel free to raid and run if you gotta go. Thank you so much for raiding me. Hello, raiders. Oh, thank you for the follow. So, I guess I'm supposed to talk about myself. What, do you have Sonic next to your name? Sonic Racing? That's awesome. I love Sonic. Thank you for the follows, guys. Oh, the chow. I really like Sonic. Shit, I got distracted by Sonic. I'd be lurking art sick as fuck as usual. Thank you, Dodo. I hope your stream was good, and thank you so much for rating me. So welcome in Dodo's community. A good chunk of you may already know me because Dodo and I raid each other frequently, and we're good art friends. But I'm D, or Diamari. You can call me either. Some people call me Dia, but it is pronounced D. Do whatever you want with that. Call me Dia if you want. I don't care. On my screen, this little dog you see everywhere is Poma. He is a rice ball, tuna nigiri, Pomeranian seal, basically. I have a big fascination with fish. I do commissions, and I like to draw. You can find my socials under the same name. It'll either be with or without an underscore at the end because my name was already taken. Also, I'm really sorry if you guys hear vacuuming right now. There's some vacuuming going on. But yeah, right now I'm working on a commission for the partnered VTuber Bin10, who I was actually just talking about because I was saying I really love Scottish accents. And if you love Scottish accents, and you love pink werewolves, and you love Tavern Keep roleplay, definitely go watch their stream. They got a beautiful thick accent. And oh my god, I gotta tell you guys what happened actually. So, they had entered my waitlist for this headpiece and for some emotes. And I was like, okay, that's cool. I don't know who they are. And I always check the waitlist to kind of skim it, see if it's a character I'd be willing to draw and if there's like a specific time that they need it done by. And I was like, wow, their character's so pretty. And I'm very forward, I'm extroverted, so I messaged them. I'm like, wow, I love your character. I can't wait to draw them. Not knowing that they were like a big VTuber, I thought that, just an OC. And then I see that they have a Twitter. I'm like, I'm gonna go check their Twitter. And then I see that they are a big name partnered with Gamer Subs, and I kind of panicked. I was like, oh my god, I hope they don't think that I messaged them to, like, kiss ass or anything, because I know that that's kind of notorious in the VTuber community. that like smaller VTubers will like be buddy with big VTubers to try to climb the ladder. But I genuinely was just like, wow, their character is so beautiful. I gotta tell them, and then found out after that they were a big VTuber. I was like, oh, it was so scary. It's so intimidating in like a good way when someone likes your stuff and they're like a big name. That's like when my friend got followed by Shy Lily. I was like fangirling on behalf of her. Like, what do you mean you got followed by the Shy Lily? God, I am not here for clout. I couldn't care less if I become a big name or not. I just like to be here. I just like to sit here and chat and hardly draw. Also another thing about me, for those who are still listening, on Wednesdays I also do games with the community. So if you're ever interested in playing games with me, we do stuff like, we do Peak, we do Repo, we did Phasmophobia for Halloween, we do golf with your friends. Do !com, so COMM. Or the VGen, yeah, there you go. D-Seeking, Social Climb, COD 4K, no clickbait. My waitlist is long. I have that written everywhere because I'm so paranoid someone's gonna join the waitlist and then get upset that I don't take their commission within a week. But just so you know, my waitlist has over 40 people on it. It is a long wait. Only join it if you're willing to wait a few months to get the comm. Okay. I really like how I did her eye. This is like a new like rendering trick I've been doing, and it makes it so easy for coloring. You do the base color, then you add the shadow, and then you do like a triangle highlight with a triangle pupil, and then you do like 4 petals like a flower just kind of on the middle part, and then you do a lighter bit at the bottom. And then it looks like fully rendered, but it takes me like 2 minutes. I used to really stress with doing eyes because it was like, how do you get all that detail in there and it not look all muddy when you zoom out? And this is definitely the best way because when I'm like zoomed out, her eyes really pop. Or I guess eye. She only got the one. Which, on the topic of a pink character, after this, I want to work on a pink character design that I have an idea for. I'm playing a half-orc in D&D, and I was like, what if I drew a half-orc that's pink? But also, what if my VTuber were pink? We're just gonna— it's a pink day today. It's a good color. I was one of those teenagers that hated the color pink because I was edgy and I wasn't girly and only cootie girls like pink. But now as an adult who used to be goth is now like, oh, pink and pastels and oh, I love them all. Yeah, hating pink was never about the color pink. You're so right. You're so right. It was about hating being a girl because of how tough it is to be a girl. Completely agree. At least that's my viewpoint on it. If your viewpoint is different. But for me, it was like, looking back, it was that I hated being a girl and was doing everything to avoid being a girl. I didn't want to be called a girl because it felt like an insult. Which is so unfortunate. Also, thank you for all the follows. Goober is about to hit 1K. Let me help. Oh, thank you. What am I at? How many do I have? Where are my 906. Cool. Sadly, pink hair is a lot of feminine stereotype and girl expectations. So true. But I'm also my pastel era again. Yeah, hell yeah. I love pink. I will say, pink is one of those colors I struggle rendering. Yesterday, I actually was fighting art demons trying to render this. I love rendering blue, though. I toned down on being goth, but I do wear black a lot. I was goth for a little bit, but I was mostly scene, so I wore a bunch of vibrant, edgy outfits, like rainbow emo, you know? And then I was goth for, not like full goth, but I was like, I was more alt, I guess, not so much goth. I was more alt. I was alt throughout high school, and then as an adult, I was like, dressing alt, I look ridiculous because, well, I don't know, it didn't suit, my body has changed, my face has changed, alt didn't suit me anymore. So now I dress a lot comfier and cute. Cardigans galore. I've started wearing skirts. Well, at least I'm trying to. I bought some skirts this year to try to encourage my femininity. I'm trying to feel more feminine these days. Where I'm wearing lots of light colors. I'm trying to wear white more. I'm trying to gain my confidence with white. Not white pants, though. I ain't ever wearing white pants. I'm so scared to wear them. Light blue jeans, though. That's a classic. I'm in my trying to figure out how the skull general head shape works. Valid. I always go for more of a reddish pink. If I have trouble with pink but want something in that direction, red pink is so good. The hot pink, it's almost red. Oh, so good. I don't have those outfits anymore, Eyes. I don't even think I really have any pictures of me in my outfits either. I never really was a big person on taking pictures. But I'm wearing pink a lot more these days. I'm wearing white, I'm wearing light blue. I'm trying to avoid black more. Especially because my body is larger than it used to be. And to really accent it, wearing black just ends up making you kind of feel like a blob. I think that it can work for certain outfits. But I feel like when you're curvy, wearing too much black, you just end up becoming a walking blob. And so I've been wearing like frillier shirts, and my skirts have like slits that go up, like a lot more shape, you know? I'm working a lot more with shape and brighter colors to try to be like, I got flair, you know? Yeah, I love being curvy. I gotta say, so I was skinny up until 2020. And I was always self-conscious. Whenever wear crop tops, always hid my body, always wore bulky clothing. And then I started to gain weight and I got curvier, which, by the way, just for context on why I was self-conscious, I have a really large chest. And when I was skinny, there were no shirts that fit me properly because I'd have a small waist and giant boobs. And they just do not build bras and they do not build shirts for that. So you always ended up having to get custom bras with shirts that were either way too tight or way too baggy. And the other unfortunate thing about being a woman is if you're wearing a tight shirt because you want to look nice, but you have big boobs, you're treated like you're a whore. They're like, you're just like, you're a slut, you're a whore, you're sleeping around because you have big boobs. The amount of times I got sexualized wearing like a turtleneck. I'd be wearing a turtleneck that was more form-fitting so that I wasn't wearing a baggy shirt, and I'd get told that I'm looking for attention. I'm like, no, I'm just sick of wearing baggy shirts. So gaining weight, I've actually been able to find clothes that fit me better, which has been really, really nice. They're still too big. I do want a reduction, but it's a lot more tolerable now. Bras fit me better. Getting stuff from the plus size area, it fits me better. The difference between my waist and my chest is not as drastic. That's why I always wear bigger t-shirts. Yeah. Like, it was always frustrating because if I ever wanted to wear literally any shirt that fit me properly, I got told I was looking for attention. And it was like, I didn't choose to have big boobs. You could thank my dad for that. My dad has a twin sister and she's got giant bodongas. My mom is very flat and that's how I know I get it from him. Howdy, folks. And the moment I pop in, I hear you talk about your chest. Yeah, I'm venting about it again. We're talking about being a woman and clothing and stuff and curves. But yeah, anyways, I'm a lot more confident being bigger. And I feel like I look better curvy too. Like, skinny is great. I love a skinny girl. But you ever see a chubby girl? You ever see the tummy? You got the hips, you got the hip dips, you got the thighs. My God, it's a feast. That pretty athletic girl may be a meal, but that chubby girl over there, she's a whole damn buffet. I'm also one of those people where I'm like, so I find myself attractive, but I don't really ever assume other people find me attractive. So it's not like self-hate, but it's like I just don't think people find me attractive, but I find me attractive, and that's what matters. But I'm definitely the type of person where I'm like freaking oogling at chubby girls, and then I look at myself and I'm like, no one will ever look at me that way. Love the tummy, hips, and thighs, yummy. Yeah. Sometimes I wonder if clothes are even for women more since I got into J fashion and Lolita fashion. The amount of chest space for the Asian size small is an insane sometimes as someone with a smaller frame and non-existent chest. Japanese clothing is definitely like, they no boobs. Which, I mean, it is pretty common for them to not have large chests, but it's still like, you gotta be... Women's clothing is also fucking crazy. You ever try to buy jeans from different places? None of my jeans are the same size because they're made by different brands. And the quality of our jeans, you ever feel man jeans? They're such good quality for like $30, and then women's jeans are like $80 and they'll tear within a week. Imagine not liking chubby girls. I'll never get people who don't find them attractive. As I say, whenever I'm like, I look at myself and I'm like, no one would like that. Just buy the boy clothes. But that's like, that's kind of the difficulty with being a woman, though, is being feminine is really difficult. Because man jeans aren't built for women figures. Our waist and hip difference is quite large. So man jeans end up leaving a huge gap in the back, which ends up being either very uncomfortable or causes them to fall down too much. Then we get a belt, but now the belt causes the waist to wrinkle. Like, I wear dude outfits whenever I want to be comfy. All my PJs are men's clothes. But being a woman and wanting to be feminine is very difficult. I do, like, I only get dude pajama pants, like male pajama pants, because you want to know what's stupid? Women's pajama pants. Why is there a cuff at the bottom for most of them? And then that cuff rides up your calf when you're sleeping, and you wake up with fucking pantaloons on? Like, I want my pants to flare at the bottom like dudes have. Yeah, dude pants. I own boxers as well. Oh, thank you, goat. I appreciate it. I could go on a whole tangent about, like, men's clothing versus women's clothing. Reject femininity? No, I want to be feminine. I want to be a pretty girl. I might be non-binary, but I want to look like a pretty girl. I just wish that women's clothing was more consistent. I'm totally down to wear dude outfits when I want to be comfy and want to have the quality. But when I want to be a pretty lady, I don't want to have to pay $100 for me to have one item of clothing that's gonna break the next year. And then it doesn't even have pockets. Yeah, pink tax is stupid. For me to get, I only allow myself to buy one outfit a year because of how expensive it is. One outfit usually costs me $250. That's like a top, some pants, maybe some socks, maybe new shoes if I'm feeling I need the shoes for the outfit, and then maybe like a cardigan or an accessory. And it's like, okay, $250 to $300. Thanks for checking me out, Captain Jack, and for the follow. Have a good night. Hello, Ernesto. Whenever I read your name, I think of Ernesto de la Cruz from Coco. What a scumbag. Not that you're a scumbag, but it's the only other Ernesto I know. Was it Ernesto that was evil? Or was Ernesto the dad? No, the dad was... Shit, what was the dad's name? pocket thing really confuses me, honestly. I live in an all-women house, so it's like I see black joggers that look exactly like mine and fit me, go out, realize I don't have pockets, and I'm like an hour away from home. Yeah. Oh man, Coco. Coco makes me cry so bad. Coco's such a good movie. Yeah, the pocket thing pisses me off. My pair of jeans actually has pretty good pockets, and I am seeing pockets are becoming more common. The reason, though, that women don't have pockets was to sell them purses. It was entirely a marketing thing. If you remove pockets from women, they have to buy purses. It's kind of ridiculous. I carry a small book bag, but I kind of want a fanny pack. Fanny packs are worth it, trust me. I got a fanny pack for, well, it's a bit larger than a fanny pack, but I would also use a fanny pack. But fanny packs are great for if you just need to have, like, some stuff on you. I have one that's big enough for my iPad, and it's, like, my favorite thing ever. And also for the silhouette reasons, that's also why they have non-existent pockets. Yep. Makes it less bulky. Hi, Twiggy! Oh, thanks, Size, for the gifted. Enjoyed the ad for viewing and emotes, Twiggy. Can we take a moment to talk about the fabric on the shawl? It looks like a shawl. Thank you. I got some brushes specifically for being able to draw on like a texture. I'm probably gonna go in and actually like shade and detail it. I thought it was glass making at first. Ooh, women studies, yes. You could study me, Kinu. I'm sorry. That was just such an easy, like, Riz opportunity. I'll give you a woman to study. If you want, oh, hang on. I have a Twitter page that I really, really like. They're on Blue Sky too, but let me check Twitter. They do, it's a reference page that utilizes realistic bodies. So they have like a wide range of body types and skin colors, and they're really good for studies. Shit. Gonna bother me. I don't know what they're called. Oh, no, that's not it. Yeah, True Ref. Thank you. True Ref by Abby Esparza. Beautiful. I love their stuff. I gotta show you guys. I didn't get to show you guys yet, but I gotta show you my. I posted it a little bit in the Discord, but for people who haven't seen on the Discord, I joined a D&D campaign with Eyes, and I decided to do a half orc. This is my half orc Sonia. so there are some very important features on her body. So she has crow's feet, dimples, post-pregnancy belly, scars, a hooked nose, and she's plus size. I love her so much. Your new Sonia. No, she wouldn't be a Sona. Sona means that they are you. But I do like the pun. Bye, Lumi. Thanks for stopping in. So, Sonia. Oh, I can't say anything about her lore because Iz is in the campaign with me. He knows the very basic stuff, but I have some shit that I gotta that's gonna be revealed in the campaign. But she's a mom of 3 triplet boys, and I'm trying to decide if I want her husband to be full orc or also half orc. Like, she is in love with them. Loves them to bits. It definitely, like, don't just practice different body sizes, also practice different body traumas, like pregnancy. Because, like, pregnancy is very traumatic on bodies, and I feel like not enough people draw post-pregnancy bellies. Especially, I want to make hers a bit more noticeable because she had triplets, so she would have a really, really saggy belly. So I'm gonna fix that on her. But this is her plan. She is a ranger hunter, and she is an artisan, so she does woodwork and like a boyer. Yeah, stretch marks. She does have cellulite. It's kind of she has cellulite on her legs as well. Like, I tried to really lean into like her body type. She's got a scar that goes across her face and took vision out of her one eye. The differences in bodies via traumas and unique features like noses. Okay, so IRL, I have a French hooked nose. And so I try to incorporate that in my characters that I'm trying to make look interesting. I fought with myself for a long time on my nose. And it wasn't until I realized it was a huge part of my heritage and me being French that's why I have the nose. It is carried on through my family. So my grandmother's maiden last name, not our family name, but her maiden name is Goro. And we call it the Goro curse, which is you getting this French nose, because everyone hates it in the family. But I've noticed that the hatred for the nose has changed in my family recently, where newer generations are enjoying it more because it shows our ethnicity, which is really, really nice. There was a time when I was in I was in middle school. We were tossing around someone's lunch bag, not like teasing them, we were just throwing it around like it was a ball. Thank you for the follow, Twisty. We were passing it around and there was a thermos in it, and the bag ended up hitting me in the face, like on the nose, and someone went, "Oh my god, now she has a massive bump on her nose." And then someone else said, "No, she's always had that." And that was like the first moment where I was like, "Oh, am I not supposed to like my nose?" And then I struggled with it up until like my mid-20s. I didn't start actually enjoying it until I was like 25. So it's only been a few years that I've actually come to terms with my nose. I love it now. I got compared to a Greek statue with it. And that was like the biggest compliment I got. They were like, "You look like a marble statue." And I was like, "Oh, thanks." That's so nice. I still have moments where I'll take a picture and I'm like, "Holy moly, massive nose." But I'm getting better. One of my characters have bump on his nose and he's a handsome guy. They are pretty. It's one of those things again where I think it's gorgeous on others, but because it's on me, I hate it. That's such like a why is that such a struggle amongst people? Someone could look exactly like me but not be me, and I go, "Wow, that is a stunning woman." And then I look at myself and I'm like, "Wow, I look like a walrus." It's great coming to accept your body as is can be hard for a lot of people. Yeah, some people go like into their 50s, 60s, 70s still hating themselves. I've been huge on like not caring what people think as an adult. But obviously, you're always gonna have bad days. That's my friend. She also has a bump on her nose, but she's so cute. Oh. Yeah, I like it. I don't mind it. And so I gave her a hooked nose. She doesn't have like the same nose shape as mine, but I wanted it to be like downturned. Mine is a bit more upturned. Mine like goes in, then out, then in, then out again, like a fucking roller coaster or like a water slide. It's also my hairline. My joke that I say for my hairline is that it's like those, you know, those scissors you have as a kid that are like shapes where it'll be like a zigzaggy shape or a wavy shape. I feel like my hairline looks like someone cut like the hairline with like a wavy scissors. My hairline's all over the fucking place. A fucking zigzag. I'm so excited she's definitely the best OC I have made by far. So I'm really, even after D&D, she's going to be continuously adapted upon. I adore her. I think I want to draw you some fan art. Oh. Of my Sona or actual me. Oh god. I do have a picture that I took recently that I kind of want to put into the channel. But I'm very vulnerable about it. But I look fire in it. But I'm also very vulnerable about it. Cause it not like bad. Like pretty. For Sonya and D. That would be so awesome. I would love fan art of Sonya. I plan on getting so much commissioned art of her. You can trust us to act normal with it somewhat. I've seen you for your pretty mamas. Thank you. This picture is just, I'm wearing a form-fitted dress. So, my curves are curving. And so there's a part of me that's like, I want to share it, but there's another part of me that's like, I don't know if I want the attention for it. I think I might have it in the Discord. Let me check. I think it wasn't colored yet, though. Let me check. I don't remember if I posted it or not. Scroll, 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 scroll. Okay, yeah. If you go in your whips, I have it, not the full thing, but I have a portion of it. I'll put the full thing when I'm done coloring it all. Because I want to color her bow, which, by the way, did you notice a detail I put on her bow? I put the handprints, so we got toddler 1. I guess they're not toddlers, they're 8 years old. Child 1, child 2, child 3, and then the husband and wife. Their handprints. It's very cute. Because she made the bow herself, and then she took paint and was like, I want my family to be imprinted on it, so that whenever she went hunting, they were with her. She loves love. She loves her family. It's so fucking cute. When I can tell you guys her lore. Oh god. I think, who did I tell the lore to? I told the lore to Bob, right? Yeah. Bob, I told you the lore? No. I told it to Cleaves. And I told it to someone else, I thought. Oh, Marinth. It was Marinth I told. Marinth knows the lore. Cleaves knows the lore. Oh, yeah, Bob and Snow, because I told you guys in our little group chat. Yeah. It's good lore. It's definitely the best written backstory I've ever done. D&D lore? Yeah, but I haven't had a chance to play her, and I'm playing with Eyes, so I don't want him to know the depth of the lore yet. So, oh, I'll spill it to you, Kiwi, when I have a moment. I might forget, so you might need to remind me, but oh my god, I'm gonna tell you all about her when we're done the campaign, or if the campaign falls through. We'll see. I've tried 5 campaigns, and they all fell through, so I'm hopeful for this one. The thing that all 5 had in common were they were my friends. Different groups of friends, but friends nonetheless. This group is strangers. I pulled Eisen so I wasn't alone, but also because I literally was talking to him that day about how we both wanted to play D&D. You're trying real hard to make me cry with that. Yeah. Which is the thing too with D&D, whenever I play, I normally play a really silly character. My go-to is my character Sahiran, who is an elf ranger. Though sometimes I play him as a rogue. If I play him as a ranger, he's addicted to climbing trees. His entire purpose is to climb every tree he sees. And so the party will be going and doing shit, and they'll be like, where the fuck is Sahiran? He's in the trees. That's where he is now. He's like a monkey. If I play him as a rogue, though, then I have him maxed charisma as much as I can. And I make his dexterity very low. He's clumsy. So he's a rogue that will be hiding in the shadows, but he'll like trip on a bucket, and then he'll stand up and like look at the guards and say, hey, how you doing? And he'll get away with anything. It climbs a tree and sniffs it. Oh yeah, that's the good stuff. So Mr. Bean Rogue, basically, it is like a Mr. Bean Rogue. That's such a good comparison. So I normally play goofy characters. Another character I had planned was basically Matcha. It was a black tabaxi child, so a little black cat, and it was an illusionist, and it was very scared of everything, which is what Matcha is. So this is my first serious D&D character. And I'm very proud of just her design and her lore and everything. And mind you, came up with this in an hour. I literally, we had the campaign session 0 coming up where you work on building your character sheets and stuff. And I was like, oh shit, D&D's in an hour. I should probably make a character. And then I was like, let's look at the races. And I was going to do a tiefling. But I was like, I want to play a race I've never played before. Which, I've never played a tiefling. But tiefling's so close to elf in terms of, like, gracefulness and shit. At least to me. I think that they're both, like, equally beautiful. I was like, I want to play one that's not commonly viewed as beautiful. And so I chose half-orc. An hour takes me at least a month to make one OC. I normally take forever to make an OC, but I just was throwing shit out and cooking with this one. But enough, I just got into a D&D campaign too and also made a ranger. We just had session 1 on Thursday. Oh, that's so awesome. We're having our session 1 next Sunday, so not tomorrow, but in a week. We're doing bi-weekly. I still need to finish my character sheet. You guys want to see what I rolled? I didn't roll. The DM rolled the dice for our stuff. Look at her strength. I maxed it out. I'm so happy. We got some good numbers. So she cooking. She great. Bisexual playing a tiefling. Who would have guessed? Hey, I've never played a tiefling. Never ever. I just think they're pretty. I always play elves. We could have had more tiefling art from D. Dang it. I also, you're right. I need to draw more tieflings. I've drawn 1 tiefling in my life. 2. I've drawn 2 tieflings in my life. Not me sitting here with 114 characters. I'm a world building freak like that. The strength. Yeah, she's strong. So my goal for her, she's going to be a long range ranger, but it's going to be that she is so strong that she's the person in the team that would lift barrels and rocks and stuff like that to like move what needs to be moved. Or she'll if someone were to like knock her over and she loses her bow, they'd be like, haha, archer lost their bow. What are you gonna do now? Then she's gonna clobber him. You think you're gonna mess with a half-orc? Because we rolled an 18 and I put the 18 in strength, and then it was +2 for being a half-orc, and I was like, fuck yeah, we got a 20. I went in Kenku this time because I always play elves. I was just going as a Kenku. I like Kenkus too. I had a Kenku run, but I never got to play it. I was so sad. Why is your strength a +7? It's not. That's a 5. Oh. Oh, because, multiplier for half-orc. It's +5, but then it's also +2 again for half-orc. I always play tieflings, but had never heard that. Yeah, tieflings are kind of known as being like the LGBTQ race. Same with elves. Elves are like the straight girl, gay girl type race. F-Works cheats. Yeah. I do RPs with my friends for their OCs. It's just a big story and our characters experience each other's lore. A lot of romance too. I've never played D&D though. My friend just got in her first one and my brother will be starting next month with his group. If you like role-playing with your friends, Kinu, and you like having OCs, D&D is literally just that. D&D is RP with OCs. It's just that it's a bit more up to chance because you're not so much guiding the story, the DM is. So if you're ever wanting something where it's kind of like you're reading a book, but you're also a character in the book, definitely recommend. I've only ever completed one session, but I remember having so much fun with it. And I've done a couple one-offs. I have, how many OCs do I have? 20? I have 20 OCs? I don't draw them though. Oh, you're shy. That can definitely be a struggle because you do need to be social for it. But you could also play a shy character. And then that gets you out of talking. You can play a Kenku. Kenkus literally don't talk unless they've already heard the words before. I love this song. Not okay. 20 OCs, that's lowballing it. I don't have a lot. I usually make OCs and then I stick with them, but like I don't know, I don't really make much more. Most of them share the same universe though. I am a yapper, so I can do that much. That would be good. Just make your character mute. That's what I did. That works. Okay. I'm not okay. I'm not okay. I've seen your soda designs. You sticking with it sounds weird. Shut the fuck up. And you want to know fucking what, Meredith? You want to? I hate you because I literally last night was like, I don't want to change my character again. Kind of, I want to. We're gonna be messing with some designs for her today. Not that I'm going to change, but I'm gonna play with pastel pink concepts for her. And then if we fall in love, then we fall in love. You know. But yeah, my OCs all generally stay the same, except for my Final Fantasy 14 character. We all know I'm a Fantasia addict. Somebody better pick up that phone because I fucking called it. We're not changing, Marant, okay? We're just having some fun with Pink. So you slow down your fucking horses. Shut the fuck up. I'll ban you. I'll just straight up ban you. You've been supporting me for what, several months? Oh well, goodbye. My community hates me. They hate me so much. Though, except when we played Minecraft. The first time we played Minecraft, everyone was at my fucking house, and then they all left, and I logged in the next day, and I had like 10 boats at my house. And I was like, you guys left your fucking boats at my house. I remember seeing you change your FF14 character like 20 times in a month. I haven't changed my FF14 character in a year, and it's because I haven't played. Though I do love her. I do love her. She's a little blueberry. She's so cute. Mm. FF14's great. It is very addictive. In the span of 3 years, I accumulated 25,000 hours, roughly. 20 to 25,000. In the span of 3 years. How many hours are in 3 years? How many hours in 3 years? played about 20,000 hours in 3 years. The total amount of hours in 3 years is 26,000 hours. That's not good. That's not good. Why did I play FF so much? It was mostly AFK. But that's crazy. I thought it was gonna be much bigger. There's only 26,000 hours in 3 years, and I did 20,000 hours in FF14 in 3 years. Is there any chance you can help me with something? Depends on what you need help with. I'm not a great helper, but sometimes I can be good at it. We do have ads incoming, though, just like a heads up. Now that is what you call an addiction. That's why I don't play anymore. Because I recognized how unhealthy it was for me and I stopped playing. Because I was like, wow, I'm playing this way too much, and I stopped paying for it. And I don't plan on going back anytime soon. 8.0 maybe. Like, in what, a year and a half? Am I just spending so much of that time AFKing? I was drawing, okay? I was drawing while I was AFK. Yeah, that's bad. I'm trying Mulan and trying to figure out the best way to do her hair as it's black. Are you struggling with, like, shading or highlighting the hair because it's black? Like, it's too dark and you're kind of struggling with the different values to use? Because my tip for that, let me actually use this character's hair. We'll turn her hair black real quick. So we'll make her hair black. Ignore the fact that with it all. Okay, so eyes, when the ads thing pops up, can you pause it? Like, skip it for this session? So you're in Procreate as well. I use Procreate, so I'll be able to explain this the best I can, knowing how Procreate works. So when you have black hair, you never want to use true black, because how the heck are you supposed to shade it? You're literally using... What do you mean, no? Shut the fuck up. When you have black hair, and it's this dark, there's no way to shade it because of how dark it is. My go-to, especially with Asian hair, how do you skip ads? When you're in the moderator mode, or even just in regular mode, there will be a drop-down that pops up at the top of the chat that will say ads are about to start, or ads are starting in 1 minute. You can hit skip. We get 3 skips in like 24 hours. So, when you have black hair, there are different things that you can do. Yeah, you'd have to snooze it. The thing hasn't popped up yet, though. Has it? Has it already popped up? Anywho, okay, I'll try to do this quick before ads come up. You let me know if ads pop up for you, though, definite crane, and I will pause for you. Oh, actually, ads are happening now. Okay. I will wait. I'll teach this lesson after ads. I'm gonna go get more coffee. I'm back with coffee. Okay. So, for black hair, you never want to use full pitch black. 2 reasons. 1, you won't be able to shade it because of how dark it is. And 2, your line art gets completely lost. Like, you can't see any of my line art. You can see a little bit near the ends, but that's because of a gradient I have. But, like, if we go up here, line art is gone. Now you just have this blob of black. So, what I like to do is instead of straight black, there's a few different options you can do. You could do slightly brown. So here, let me move my to-do thing so that you can see my color palette. Where is my to-do? Task list. There we go. So you can see I have my color wheel up in this area, so you can kind of see how I'm selecting. So you don't want to have full black all the way in the corner. You want to do slightly up and over. And so this makes the hair a dark brown, like a really dark brown. And you'd be like, well, the hair is meant to be black, not dark brown. So how do I get it to be black? You would get that entirely in the shading. So when you're doing shading, you would use either straight black, depending on how dark you want the hair, or just slightly a smidgen upwards. It's not all the way in the corner. It's like a smidgen upwards. So this way, you can see, it's a little difficult to see on the screen, but like if I zoom in, you can still see the line work. It's just not fully there. And so when you're shading, you kind of use it like the brown that you have as the base will end up being the highlight. And then, so you're doing a lot of shading with this. You can also do like a dark blue, like a very dark. You want to try to keep it not too vibrant. You can also use a really dark saturated blue for a more cool tone black. Yeah. Literally just on that topic. So when you are selecting base colors, you could do really dark purple, a really dark blue. You want to try to avoid it being too saturated. You want it to be kind of muted because black doesn't bounce light very well. It soaks light. So you won't see too much color. So when you do choose a color, you want it to be a little bit on the desaturated end. If you go on the vibrant end, then it's going to look more like you just have like dark blue or dark purple hair. So you utilize the nearly black color to make the hair look black. Obviously, this shading isn't the best, but the more that you add it to the hair, the darker the hair will look, which will give it the look of it being black. The more that you add it in. And there we go. So her hair looks like it's pretty much black. Another thing that I personally like to do, this isn't something you have to do, but I love this on dark hair colors, is you take the, like, if you have the skin shaded, you take this, like, dark tone that you used, get your airbrush, and around the face, add that as, like, a blush, and then lower the opacity. It just makes it feel like, because your hair, when it's in front of your face, it's a little thinner, because it's normally cut shorter. And so your skin kind of peeks through it. But instead of drawing that individually, adding like a pink blush to it kind of helps. You can do it underneath the shading layer as well. But that is the best way to do black hair, is to use like a brown, a blue, a purple in a very desaturated dark tone, but never a true black. And then using an almost black for shading. That is the best advice I can give for black hair. Because black hair is never truly black. If you want to make it look a bit more black, you could just go for like the dark gray. So if we change it to a dark gray, it looks even more black. I'll try that. My next question is, how do you do hair? So my knowledge is definitely different than other people's. I am a cosmetologist. I went to school for hairstyling. So my knowledge of hair is on a different level. But the basis that you want to know for drawing hair, we're going to open a new layer for this, is you want to, so let's say this is, actually here, we'll grab a 3D model. That way I'm not having to work with a stupid base. You don't need the 3D model for this, but this is, just pretend you drew a head, okay? I don't feel like drawing a whole head for this lesson, so we're going to use this as like a mannequin. So when you're drawing hair, there are a few points that you need to know. One is the hairline. We're going to grab a side view as well. Side view. And then we're also going to do a top view. There we go. Don't mind these bald heads. Then. This is actually something I had to do a lot when I was in hairstyling school, was we had these mannequin heads on a sheet and we would have to draw hair on top. So this is going to be a little bit more science-y, but I'll try to simplify it as best I can as to not overwhelm. So when you have hair, there are important points that you need to know. We're going to use like a red color so it kind of stands out. So hairline is an important thing. Hairline changes depending on the person. So normally, you know how people call it a forehead? It's normally because 4 fingers fit within that forehead. So if you imagine like 4 fingers, you got 1, 2, 3, 4 stupid little fingers. This is roughly where the hairline would start, right here. But some people have bigger foreheads, so it will go up here. If you're wanting to draw someone a bit older, especially like if you're drawing an older man, you'll try to lean for like the male pattern baldness. So normally you would either have it start really high up or a low front with higher receding hairlines. Normally people who are younger will have shorter foreheads. But normally the generic shape that you have for a hairline is you have this very soft dip that's at the top. Then you have where the temples are. This is the receding part. Everyone has this. And then you have, it kind of goes back to where the ears are. So it's kind of like this shape. And on the side, it will look like this. And that creates this part here. And then at the top, we have it like this. So this is roughly how the hairline works. And then like the back of the neck, it'll kind of like go down. Imagine it kind of like curls around the ear and then it goes back. Again, the hairline at the neck is different for some people. For some people, it goes all the way down here. For some people, it actually goes really high up. I've seen quite the few differences when it comes to it. The other thing is part. Everyone has different parts. Either they style it that way or it's natural. For me, my natural part goes right in the center. But some people will style it on the side. So you got to decide what kind of hairstyle are they having. Do you want them to have a middle part? Middle part normally is very clean looking, very easygoing, laid back. A side part will be a little bit more fancy, regal. Because like middle part, we got like a nice clean hairstyle. Side part, you're going to have a lot more hair on this side because you do need to remember that if you have your hair here, there's going to be less hair on this side because you have all this hair going over here. So normally a side part will give you a bit more volume, while the middle part will give you, it'll be a little flatter because the hair is evenly split. You have the background pic of her. Okay. For Mulan, if we're specifically talking Mulan, let me bring up a reference picture for her. I'm just going to have it on my phone so it's not in the way. Mulan, she has a side part. Actually, it's kind of a middle part, but she has a cowlick, which is when hair goes an opposite direction that's supposed to. She has a middle part, and she has it so that this piece comes down, but then this piece kind of like tucks this way. This one tucks behind her ear, and then this one kind of lifts up and goes down. So definitely when you're looking at a character, you want to try to figure out where their hair is splitting. From the side, it would look like this. Or from the top, I mean. From the side, it would look like this. The other thing that you want to know for like drawing hair in general is you don't want to do this. You don't want to like do strands. It's going to make it look busy. It's going to make it look messy. It's going to make it a bit of a nightmare. You want to break it into sections. So for Mulan's hair, she has very clean shapes because Disney is very knowledgeable with character shapes. So hers is very round. Her hair kind of goes down this way because it goes behind. And then she has it tucking behind with like a little strand. So that's, we got this one section here, this section here. So 1, 2, 3. And then 4. So you want to break it into pieces. And then you add the detail on the inside afterwards. So once you have the basic shapes, you can go in and be like, okay, how am I going to make this look a bit more interesting? Adding extra strands of hair that kind of fly away, make it feel a bit more natural and have more movement. Disney doesn't do this because in animation, you want simple shapes. But when you're doing portraits and stuff, you do want to add some detail to hairs. Like on this one, let me remove the black. Put this back on. So you can see I have these little strands that poke out of the braid. There's some strands that kind of go off the head. It makes it kind of messy, but it gives it flow and movement. So you want the same for pretty much any hair you're going to do, short or long. You want to add like flyaway hairs. It makes it a bit more interesting. You could, for me, my favorite thing to do with individual strands is when you have it like this, it's a boring triangle. Instead, you can make it so that maybe it twists. So when something twists, it'll face one way and then it'll change direction. So it'll taper here and then it'll like taper. So by creating that like line there, it looks like the piece of hair has flipped. And I do that a lot. You can see it a lot in my pieces. You can see it literally on my character. Her like middle bang piece, it flips. I feel like it just adds shape and difference. Also, sorry if I'm talking really fast. I am notorious for yapping faster than my brain can move. But getting those generic shapes down will definitely help the piece come together. Think about also, does your piece have any wind? Would her hair be blowing in the wind? If there's no wind, do you have her hair falling back behind her shoulders or in front of her shoulders? What kind of pose is she doing? If the shoulder is lifted, the hair will also lift. If her hair is touching it, it'll interact with her hand. But those are definitely some pretty good basics. You can find a lot of tutorials too on YouTube, on TikTok's actually really good for tutorials, weirdly enough. And you can find a lot on Twitter as well. Let me drink some water. I'm losing my voice. But that's the best advice that I can offer without me going full into my degree and yapping about the cuticle and the apex and the friggin' layers and everything about hair. There's a lot of science that goes into it. That was something that sucked about being a hairstylist, by the way, was people will be like, I'd be talking about college, I'd be like, oh my god, what'd you go to school for? I'm like, what do you literally think that I'm doing right now? I'm doing your hair, I went to school for hair. And they'd be like, oh, you go to school for hair? And I'm like, you don't even understand the level of science that goes behind a haircut. It's kind of crazy. I didn't even know you had to go into that much science. The science behind shampoo and conditioner, by the way, just a little fun fact. The reason why your hair is really frizzy if you don't use shampoo or conditioner is because when you have, here's your strand of hair, close up, right? This is your strand of hair under a microscope. When you have shampoo in your hair, it lifts your cuticle, which are these little strands. This is where dirt collects. It collects underneath the cuticles of your hair. Grease builds up there, dirt builds up there, it gets all nasty and shit. So you use shampoo to open them to allow the dirt to come out. If you then just rinse out the shampoo and go on with your day, you're gonna have these little strands sticking out and your hair's gonna be frizzy as hell and feel horrible. Conditioner goes and weighs them down and makes them silky again, which makes your hair feel soft. That's also why over time, your hair will start to feel frizzy after a few days of not washing your hair, because over time, they open up again because of all the buildup underneath them. Use conditioner, folks. If you have thin hair, there are conditioners that are dedicated to thin hair. And also, conditioner only goes on your mids and ends. Do not put it on your roots, or I will come and find you. And I will dump all of it on your hair. Yeah, if you have thin hair, you definitely do not want to use a lot of conditioner. A tiny, tiny, tiny bit. The size of a penny. The size of a nickel even. The size of a dime. Which one's the tiniest one? Is plenty to do your entire head. You can even water it down if you want. Or, there's something called leave-in conditioner. This is really good for curly hair. When you have curly hair, this has turned into a science class, I'm sorry. When you have curly hair, it gets frizzy even easier because now you have hair that's like this, all twisty and shit, so the strands can't lay straight like this because there's bends everywhere. And so the hair is like, oh my god, it's struggling. It's gay as fuck. It can't be straight. And so that's why usually curly hair needs a lot more conditioner. And so you'll use a heavy conditioner in your shower to really, really stick it in, really get it to stay. But then to extra seal it, you'll use mousse, which then adds extra weight and a little bit of crunch. And then you're also going to use leave-in conditioner. Leave-in conditioner before the mousse, by the way. You put leave-in conditioner, which is a spray, which even more seals it. It's gay as fuck, LMAO, I agree. I have naturally curly hair. And if I don't use products in my hair, even if I use a shit ton of conditioner in the shower, my hair will frizz because those bends are horrible. Your cuticles stick out like crazy. So, oh, you guys want to hear how dye works? Enjoy the hair lesson that's turned into me using my $15,000 degree. So, for how dyes work is, so you got your strand, right? And then there's your core, which is in the center here. Then you got your cuticles that stick out. So the reason why hairstylists tell you not to wash your hair right before you get your hair done with color is because if you had put on that conditioner that morning of, your cuticle's gonna be laying flat. Color will not be able to get in and stick. It will only be able to lay on the surface because it won't be able to get into the cuticle. You want dye to get into here. You want it to sneak into the cuticle because then it soaks into the core and that's how it stays. But if you washed your hair that morning and used conditioner, then the dye isn't going to stay as long because it'll only be on the surface and it's just going to tint and then it's going to slowly disappear. So that's why if you're going to a hairstylist, you want your hair to be 1 to 2 days dirty, they will wash your hair there. And it's okay if you go in with greasy hair. Obviously, don't go in with like moldy ass, stinky ass hair. But like a day. A day is fine. Your hair will be roughened up from the pillow enough. So the way that dye works is... Also, I hate that eraser. The way that dye works is we have semi-permanent. Well, actually, we have temporary dye, which is like, you know, when you put Kool-Aid in your hair, like manic panic. The manic panic also leads towards semi. But then we also have permanent. So temporary dye literally just, even if the cuticle's there, it cannot absorb all the way into the center. It only sits on the top and then fades after a few washes. So it doesn't matter if you've washed your hair or not previously, but it still will make a difference on how long it lasts. And also it does matter your hair color. Getting the full hair care lessons. I paid money for this license. I worked as a hairstylist for 4 years. I help friends with their hair a lot. I love talking about hair. I just don't like the industry. It is horrible. It is so catty. It is so bitchy. It is so competitive. And like, I get that for client work, that it's got you're gonna have to compete against some people, but it's like toxic competitive. So I stepped out of it. Semi-permanent goes into the cuticle and sits like in this area. Also, there might be some knowledge that I don't have. So, like, if you have a hairstylist friend or family member that's been a hairstylist for 20 years and you're like, well, actually, 4 years. I only did 4 years. Sammy sits in that area. Permanent goes all the way in here. My sister's also a hairdresser and she'd tell me the stories. There are some good stories. If you ever watch those, like, hairdresser stories on TikTok, can confirm none of them are, like, being extra. I'm a guy, so I use the 6 and... Oh, Anna, no. Anna, no. Oh, God. That doesn't do anything to your hair, by the way. It's just shampoo at that point. You're just using shampoo. I mean, it gets the job done. But, oh, lordy. I return, and you were not talking about chest this time. Progress on my end. We're doing a hair lesson. So, permanent dye goes in the center. So, there are bonds in your hair as well. Bonds are kind of like chains. This is a little lesson on how perms work. So when you perm your hair, you go in, so obviously you add the rollers to the hair, and then you add a solution, that stinky, yucky solution. You add that solution and it goes into your hair and it breaks that chain completely. So if your hair is straight, you'd have a chain like this. It will break it. And then because it's wrapped around something, that chain is now also wrapped, but it's been broken. So then when the hairstylist rinses off that stinky perm solution, they then put a secondary solution, which sets it, which rebuilds the chain, but now when it unrolls, it's going to stay curved. Kind of like braces. You know, when they put braces and it slowly forms over time, but this is like almost instant. And so that hair will permanently be curly. It will not fade unless the hairstylist did it wrong, or if you got a weaker solution done on your hair. What else is there about hairstyling? And hair. And hair care. Products are by person. Brands are by person as well. If you are pregnant or on medications such as antidepressants or anxiety medications, tell your hairstylist. Anything that affects your mood and your hormones can and will affect hair dye, because you have hormones in your hair. If you put a hair color on your hair and you are pregnant, or you are on extreme antidepressants or anxiety meds or anything that is affecting your hormonal balance, then you will have, this isn't a guarantee, but your hair possibly will come out the wrong color. Not drastically different, but you won't be able to nail it every time. So also, if you're pregnant and you want your hair dyed, let's say you want your hair red. You go in, you want your hair red, you're like, I would like my hair red, I'm pregnant. The hairstylist will do their best to account for it, but they don't know what direction your hair is going to go. They can't see your hormones. They don't know where they're at. So when you're pregnant and you go and get your hair done, understand that if you want red hair, it might come out a little bit more cool red or warm red depending on your hormones. That's a fun fact. Tell stylists when you don't like your hair. Please, for the love of God, I know that you're like, man, I don't want to upset them, but it's literally what they went to school for and what their job is. They do not know how to make you happy unless you tell them. Another thing, too, this is a pet peeve of mine. Go to the same stylist. Don't jump around. and then claim you're unhappy with your hair. I'm looking at you, person that does that. My mom does that. She'll go to a stylist. She'll be like, it's okay, but it's not how I wanted it, but it looks okay. I'm going to go to a different hairstylist now. I'm like, no. Go back to that one because she didn't fuck up your hair. It's just not exactly how you like it. Go back to that hairstylist. Say, hey, the hairstyle was nice, but I was hoping a little bit more layers this time, or less layers, or something slightly different. The more you go to a hairstylist, as long as they don't fuck up your hair or do something completely different, if they're on the right track but got something wrong, go back, tell them. The more you go to them, they will learn your hair like it's your fucking passport. They will have it memorized. It is now key information they have, and they will be able to do your hair correctly. I know this has become a whole hair tangent, but I have trauma from this field. Go to the same stylist, so long as they don't fuck up your hair. Speaking of hair, I peeked in during training a few times. I saw how you shaded that wolf hair. It looks so good. I love the hair, and those hands are so beautifully shaded. Thank you. I should probably go back to working on this. This is what happens when people get me to talk about hair. I was doing hair up at 20 months. Thank you. Looks at my hair. Damn, I'll look good. Thank you, Killer Man. Sounds like it is something that is a hair trigger conversation topic for you. Shut the fuck up. Eyes, are you there? Can you time out Marinth for like 5 minutes? Was a good hair yap session, to be honest. I hope you guys learned something. And if you ever, like, in the Discord, if you're ever like, hey, I need products for this hair type, feel free to ping me. Just got back. Yeah, you came back and you started throwing hands with me. Thank you. Marinth is on timeout. I just got back. Gets deleted. I do really like talking about hair, though. So if you guys ever have any questions about rendering hair, drawing hair, or just general hairstyling, give me a reason for me to use my degree, basically. Because I don't plan on being a hairstylist again. It was not a field I enjoyed, but it is a field I am now knowledgeable in. Also, be loyal to your hairstylist. Don't cheat on them. I'll come smack you on behalf of your stylist if you cheat on them. Only cheat on them if you have to. Like, if they are, like, going on vacation or on maternity leave or something that you literally can, like, you need to get your hair done within the next few months and they're not going to be there, then tell your hairstylist that you're going to be seeing someone else first, and they'll literally write up a little note for you to give to the new hairstylist. No, Marinth is on timeout for 600 seconds. I was not expecting a hair lesson today, but I'm happy I got one. Sometimes you have to, unfortunately, like, when you just absolutely lose trust in them. That's valid. That's not cheating anymore, that's a breakup. What I mean by cheating is when you love them, and then they just are busy for a day, and you're like, I'm gonna go see someone else. Because you might find a lovely stylist, but you also might end up fucking up all the progress the stylist has made on your hair. Especially if you have dyed your hair. Do not, like, haircut is one thing. If you get your hair cut and then you cheat on your hairstylist with a haircut again, it's whatever. It's not that big of a deal. It fixes. But if you've been working towards, like, going blonde with your hairstylist, and then you're like, oh, I want to get this session done this weekend, but she's booked. I'm going to go book with someone else. No. Don't do that, especially if you're, like, working to getting somewhere, because some hair colors are sessions. You can't do it in one session. You want to be platinum blonde, it's gonna take 2 or 3 sessions. If you do one of those sessions not with the agreed upon stylist, it's not gonna go well. It's like having matcha but cheating on matcha with a new cat you love. Speaking of, woke up, matcha's in my window, she's growling. I look out my window, there's eyes staring at me. It was another cat. Scared the shit out of me, though, because we have coyotes over here, and I thought a coyote was at my window, looking at matcha like a tasty treat. I have a specific stylist I go to depending on what country I am in that time. That's awesome. Was the other cat cute? Very cute. It's one of the barn cats. I had a hairstylist I would go to in the States when I was down there. I only saw them once, but I was planning on going back to them if I went back down. I had some returning clients that I miss dearly. So for people who know me a bit better than just being a streamer, you'll know that I do well with kids. And, a hype train. Thank you so much, D, for the sub. I appreciate it. 6 months. In advance. Good lord. Thank you. At first I was like, 6 months? You haven't been here that long. I just met you. You've been stalking me? Thank you so much. Hi, Metal. So, I do really well with kids. And now you have to stream. Hell yeah, I will. Don't worry about it. I have... so I'm really good with kids. Just in general, talking with them, especially as, like, a possibly on the spectrum adult who enjoys Minecraft. So I had kids who actually started requesting me. And one of the kids, he was so sweet. His mom was like, he hates going to the hairstylist. Like, the first time I saw him, she's like, he does not like being at the hairstylist. He's very self-conscious, and he just does not like being touched. And so I was very patient with him. He requested me, and then he kept requesting me. And we ended up talking about Minecraft every time he come over. He'd be like, oh my god, I beat the Ender Dragon this weekend. I'd be like, oh, let's go. I'm so proud of you. And then you'd be like, oh, I'm gonna play Fortnite this weekend. I'm like, oh my god, I saw the new Fortnite skins. I don't play it, but the skins look pretty cool. And he'd be like, yeah. Like, so I had quite a few kids who would come in. Oh, I had this one kid who was openly gay. And he's like, when I came out to my dad, I told him that I wanted to go to a pride parade. And so he dressed in all rainbow and we went. And I'm like, oh, the world is healing. It was so great. I miss the kid clients I had. There was another stylist. I hated watching her interact with kids. She literally would baby them no matter the age. Here's an example. This genuinely happened. I witnessed it. And I was so close to calling her out on it, but I didn't want to. She was very drama heavy, so I didn't talk to her about it. But she was like, I hear her talking to one of the kids in her chair. And she's like, oh, hi there. What's your name? And then they gave the name. Oh, wow, what a pretty name. What grade are you in? And they deadass said, grade 11. And I'm like, girl. And then it's not like she went, oh, shit, this looks like a younger kid. And I was sorry. She continued babying them. Oh, wow, grade 11. And I was like, God, I don't even talk to 5-year-olds that way. 5-year-old comes in, I say, what kind of hair do you like? Long or short? Short. Okay, cool. You like Minecraft? Yeah! And then we talk about Minecraft. Minecraft is the best topic point for kids, by the way. If you ever have, like, a nephew or like, a niece, or you meet, like, your friend's kid and you're like, shit, I don't know how to talk to kids. Then what you do is you say, you like Minecraft? Guarantee 9 times out of 10 they're gonna say yes. Enjoy talking, and if they don't like Minecraft, then you say, oh, do you like games? And then most kids like games. If they genuinely don't like games, they'll probably tell you what they like. Yeah, I try to avoid Roblox, though, as a topic, because my younger brother is on Roblox. Thank goodness he's aware of the situations going on right now. Because him and I have been talking about the whole schlep situation going on. And I'm like, I make sure that he is aware of the shit going on. And I'm glad he is. And I'm like, I better not see you on any of those, like, games that are on there. And he's like, yeah, no, I don't want to be on there. I'm like, good. That's good. I'm glad. Because I know my dumbass fell for shit like that when I was on Gaia. Welcome back, Marinth, from your timeout. Thank you, Eyes. Yeah, I feel like Minecraft is the best game to bring up because it's generally liked, good for creativity, doesn't have, well, it does have pedophiles, but you have to be within a specific community to have that. It's not just you log into Minecraft and there's a pedophile, you know? I return and I have had time to reflect upon my actions. Thank you, Marin. I remember seeing a 2 to 3-year-old playing Fortnite in a mall years back. Most of them play that too. Yeah, Fortnite's not as bad, and I think because it's just like another shooting game. Not too bad. Roblox has just become like modern IMVU, but with much uglier characters. I really like kids though. I love babies. I like kids. Anytime someone has kids, I'm like, it's kind of like, you know, when you go to someone's house and they have a dog and you're like, oh, I'm going to pet the dog and not socialize with people. I show up to my friend's house and I'll be like, your kids. I'm going to go play games with them. I did that. My ex, I went to the like Christmas at his grandparents, and his cousin had a younger son who was like 6, and I just kept playing Guess Who with him. And then his dad was like, you don't have to play with him. I'm like, I want to. I'm having fun. That kid loved me. When I introduced my 5-year younger sister to Ragnarok online when she was 13, I tried to test her on how she'd react when meeting someone that's asking her for details about her IRL. Ooh, did it go well? I hope so. My dumbass? I gave them all the information. I was so glad I was also one of the GMs that could prove that it was my sister because she ripped me to shreds and reported me. But yeah, I love kids. They're so cute. My goal is to be like the best aunt. I also would like my own kids, but I'm totally fine without having kids. But like I want to be an aunt. Either biologically or just like a friend has a kid and I'm the like entrusted adult to watch them when they're busy. Like the godparent. I do no, you didn't go too far, Marinth. I was just messing with you. If you were actually in trouble, you'd be getting a DM. You wouldn't be getting timed out in a chat. I only time out actual assholes if like they're never in like you and I have talked in DMs. If you did something to bother me, I would tell you one-on-one. If a random chatter came in and I had to time them out, then that's different. Shut the fuck up. Auntie D. Oh my god. You're so right. I used to get called that all the time. I love kids. I already have like names picked out for my kids if I have them. I want a boy. I want a boy so bad. When I was a kid, the 2 names I really wanted to name a kid. Number 1, Oliver. 2, Jackson. Oliver and Jackson are my 2 favorite boy names. I do also like Sebastian, but I feel like it would have to depend on the father. If the father has black hair, then I'll name him Sebastian. If that makes any sense. Yeah, I know, your cat is Oliver. When I heard that, I was like, oh, that's like my favorite boy name. Ever since I was like 3 years old, I would tell my mom that I wanted my boy to be named Oliver. And then for daughter, I want Elizabeth or Cameron. Yeah, Sebastian from Black Butler. I've never even watched Black Butler. Don't go for Sebastian. I only met assholes named Sebastian so far. Noted. But yeah, daughter would be Elizabeth, and I'd call her Lizzie or Ellie. And that's because, I don't know if any other women have had these dreams, but I had one of those dreams where you have a child and you experience, like, living several years with that kid and showing up to the recitals and shit, and then you wake up and you're like, what the fuck? So, her name was Elizabeth. I had that dream. She lived to be about 8 years old before I woke up. Sebas? Yeah. I like Seba. I normally go for Seba if it's Sebastian. But Oliver is definitely my favorite. I've only ever met a couple, to be honest, for a name. Yeah, I think I met one Sebastian, and I called him Seba. Isn't that the plot for the Scarlet Witch and the... Oh, Seabass. Oh. Oh, okay. Isn't that the plot for the Scarlet Witch in the Marvel movies? I've not watched it, so I'm not sure. I've just been talking instead of drawing. I'm sorry. We literally had our ad session and I yapped about hair and now we're about to get ads in 15 minutes again. That sounds like propaganda to have more children. I I'm definitely I would want my cap is 2. I'm not having more than 2 kids. But I also think that if I have 1 kid, I might just be happy with 1. I would really like having 1 kid. But again, like I'm that type of person where I'm like, I'm happy to have a kid and I'm happy to not have a kid. It truly depends on my partner. I have maternal instincts, but I can use those maternal instincts on some more cats. So, but also baby faces. I definitely get baby fever. You ever scrolled TikTok and there's a cute baby and you're like, fuck. This is why I take birth control. No, it's not. Yeah, 2 is a good number. My mom had 4. For me, I feel like being a kid, either being an only child or a child with siblings, you hate it either way. So if I have siblings for them, they're gonna be like, I wish I was an only child. But then only child, like, children go, I wish I had a sibling. And so it's like, you're never gonna win either way. I will say, as a sibling, love having my siblings. But also, I could probably murder them at any moment, depending on my attitude. Um, for like an only child, I'm worried that I wouldn't be able to give enough attention to both, because I will definitely say the downside of being a sibling is you definitely notice patterns that kind of hurt, and it's like, damn. Kids sound like fun to have, but grandkids sound way more fun. Exactly, but that means you have to have kids to have grandkids. And it's like the whole lesson of you gotta raise your kids right to spoil your grandkids, because if you spoil your kids, you'll have to raise your grandkids. You know? I want to be the aunt so bad, but none of my siblings want kids. Well, my younger brother does, but I'm concerned for his capability of landing a woman. He has some takes that I've been trying to slap out of him. Thank you for the follow. Yeah, I like animals. I really like cats. I am allergic to animals, though. So I can only handle so much before I start dying. My sister has 7 kids. My stepdad is the youngest of 8, I believe. And Auntie said you were 6. That's so cool. I'm the second oldest grandkid, the oldest granddaughter, because my mom had me and my brother at a young age. I destroyed the young man. he he is the embodiment of weaponized incompetence, so I'm like trying to get that out of him. He is allergic to animals and also checks notes. Grass. Yeah, and trees. Trees, animals, grass. I feel like I naturally get along with kids because of it. You know, fair. The reason why I think I get along with kids is because I have an 11-year age gap with my younger sister. And my mom was single at the time and was in college and going to work. So I was taking care of the kids a lot of the time, my younger brother and my younger sister, when they were babies. So I've had a lot of time to take care of them. And that's also, I think, why I'm okay with not having kids, because I've experienced taking care of kids, like being a primary caretaker for children. I never had to worry about the expenses portion of it, like the prices and the costs and shit like that, but I've cleaned a fair share of messes and have known how to cook full dinner meals since I was 11 years old. Because I was the one cooking dinner for us all. My mom is 1 of 5, and my grandma made sure they all stayed tight-knit, so I have a large extended family, and it's been a ton of fun growing up with family parties. That's awesome. I had to take care of my first 4 nephews. Relatable? Yeah. I think, like, as, like, the older generation of grandkids, especially being the, like, eldest daughter or one of the eldest daughters, you're prone to being responsible a lot for the younger generations. Oh, hi, Cerise. Thank you. Cooking, cleaning, breaking up fights. I'm literally, my family calls me the Will Whisperer, so my younger brother's name is Will. And I he struggles with sensory stuff and communication because he's on the spectrum, or at least a little bit. He's got his thing back, and it says he's a little bit on the spectrum, but not like fully autistic. And so, the family kind of struggles with getting like things through to him. Things don't really click for him as easily. But because I'm also roughly the same as him, I am really good at communicating with him about what he's missing in situations. So anytime that they can't get through to him, they'll be like, D, get in here. Or if there's like a fight between my younger brother and my younger sister who bicker all the time because they're really close in age, they will usually call me in to break it up. Me and my older brother are 3.5 years apart, and then me and my sister are 11 years apart, but then my younger sister and younger brother are like 1.5 years apart. My mom popped out a baby and basically got pregnant again. So they are only 1 year apart in age. 16 and 15 right now. My brother has one son. He's still young and he's autistic. It's a new experience. Having an autistic child is definitely a bit more difficult, but it's not impossible. You just gotta know how to approach it. You gotta take different directions, that's for sure. The Wellspur. Thank you, Eyes. That's awesome. Autistic children are the funniest. Whether they mean to or not. My younger brother will say the darndest things. You know that, like, game show that Steve Harvey did? Was it Steve Harvey? Kids will say the darndest things. That's basically what having an autistic sibling or child feels like. He's the only straight one of the 4 kids also, but he's the one who gets gay jokes the most. We'll be like, oh my god, he's gay. He's so gay. Was that Bill Cosby? I thought it was Steve Harvey. My mom made a whole batch, by the way, of neurodivergent gays, which I think is hilarious. I love that for us. All of us have been diagnosed with something and have yet to be diagnosed for more things. And 3 out of 4 of us confirmed at least not straight. So, I don't know what my mom's got in the water, you know? I don't know what she do. And the thing too, me and my older brother are full blood, but then my 2 younger siblings who are full blood are half blood to me and my older brother. So you know it's coming from my mom. We don't share the same dad. She either has a very specific type or she's got it. She got all them things. My answer to most of that is I like who I like. Yeah. For me, I go by pansexual because I genuinely don't care what's going on in their pants or how they look. You're nice to me, I like you. Sometimes I forget that I'm half siblings with my younger siblings because I'm really close with them. And it never felt like. And I think it also helps that, so my mom had me and my older brother with the same dad, and then my 2 younger siblings with the same dad, but we all share a stepdad. So the stepdad we currently have is not the dad to my 2 younger siblings. I think that if he was, it would feel a little bit different, because then they would have a true parental figure, and me and my older brother wouldn't, and so there would be obvious favoritism, understandably, but good morning, Runa. Good afternoon. But I am really close with my younger siblings to a point that I never even really consider them half. They feel like full siblings. Me and my younger sister are almost like, you know, like twin telepathy. I don't know if anyone here is a girl and has a sister, but I feel like sisters have like some sort of telepathic connection. I don't know what it is. I've never seen or heard of it with brothers. I know a lot of people who are brothers or like my brothers. There's not that like you look at each other and immediately you know what's going on, you know? Because I feel like girls do that really well. They communicate with their facial expression a lot better. And then make you sisters. And then also make you really close sisters. Like me and my sister are really close. So it's like you can just communicate without saying shit, you know? Oh, is it on your dad's side? Me and my sister growing up were best friends. 6 days older? That's really cool, in a way. This is why men don't understand women, but women still get mad at men for not understanding. That's purely a man issue. It's easy to understand women. But also, I guess I'm saying that as a woman. But I feel like it's pretty easy to understand us. We don't like asking for things. Do things before we ask. Ta-da! You've solved 90% of it. We don't want to have to ask you to hold our hand. Hold our hand before we ask. We don't want to have to ask you to buy flowers. Buy flowers before we ask. If we've asked or told you we want them, it's too late. It's not telepathy. Women like flowers. Get women flowers. Don't wait for her to say she wants flowers, because if she says she wants flowers, it's too late. The flowers mean nothing now. Dishes in the sink? She busy all day? Do dishes in sink. She happy. It truly is just be observant of your surroundings, not just your woman. Yeah, there are some women who are confusing. But most women, it is genuinely take in your surroundings. Don't just focus on her. Take in how her day has been, what tasks she has to do. And if you guys are living together, take in a moment to look at your surroundings and what cleaning could be done to help her. If she has to ask you, it's already too late. If she's asked you 3 times, she's already pissed. Also, when a woman asks you to do something, she wants it done relatively fast. If she says, hey, can you take out the garbage? If you say I'll do it and then nothing else, she's gonna expect you to do it immediately. If you give her, like, actual reason, communication is huge. So if you are in the middle of something, you cannot take the garbage out for the next hour or something because you're in a raid or you are in a D&D session or there's something that you're already doing that you cannot pause, then say, okay, honey, it has been, like, I am in the middle of something that I already started, but the moment I'm done, I will finish. And then if you forget, first of all, set a timer for yourself. But second of all, if you happen to forget, then apologize. Don't then push it off or say, oh, I forgot. Like, say, oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. I totally forgot. I'm going to go do that now. If she says that she already did it, make it up by doing something else then. If she already took out the garbage because you took too long to do it, go and find another chore that could be done to show her you're sorry. Easy peasy. I get a little angry about it because I've had a lot of partners who would be like, I don't know what to do until you tell me. I'm like, have you never lived on your own before? Have you never learned how to take care of yourself? Drives me bonkers. I'm not necessarily like a clean freak. I have my fair share of messes I make. But communication is huge. Just talk. Yeah, be considerate. Yeah. If it's genuinely something you struggle with understanding women, then ask. You literally just saying, hey babe, I have some free time. Is there anything that you would like me to take care of that you originally planned on doing? You already got 10 stickers for that. You got a crisp high five for that. Using your words. If she gets mad because you forgot to do something or didn't do something, make up for it. Also, learn their love language. Ask them about their love language when you're dating. Women love talking about their self and talking about what they love. Relationships are definitely, they're not 50-50. There are sometimes 100-0. There's sometimes 80-20. Considering I struggle with picking up social cues, I shall begin to work on my list of apologies. The best advice I have for you, Marinth, for struggling to pick up social cues is just in advance ask questions. It's better to ask questions than to struggle understand what's going on. For example, if I come home and I've had a rough day and I know that I need to do my laundry, if my partner even just asks, is there anything that I can do to help make your day easier? Then I can be like, oh my god, can you do the laundry for me? And then do it. Don't say, okay, and then not do it. Or do it later. Like, if you're asking, you're doing it immediately. Because she was already planning on doing it immediately. I know that I'm like bunching some panties for people with this, but it genuinely, communication's huge. Asking questions is huge. That's how you're gonna get people to, that's how you're gonna get a woman to respect and honor and stand by you for the rest of time. Why not ask him beforehand? Because some girls, it's an extra task to ask. So imagine you're having a really bad day. You wake up, you were late to work, your boss yelled at you for being late, you're having a really bad day. Maybe you forgot your lunch. Like, try to imagine just having a bad or tough day. And then on top of that, having to ask your partner to do something. Communication is huge on her end too. If I'm having a bad day and I recognize it, then I will ask my partner, hey, I'll text, hey, I'm gonna be home at this time. I'm having a bad day. Can you start my laundry for me? Because I don't have enough spoons for it. But if there are sometimes when you're having a bad day and you don't realize it, things are piling on and you keep brushing it off, telling yourself you can do it. And then getting home and having to do that one extra thing, or getting home and realizing the thing you asked to be done wasn't done, it feels like a jab to the heart. Because I don't know if you've ever had one of those days. I had it yesterday. Yesterday, everything was against me, and I kept going, I can do this, and pushing through it, until it literally broke me, and I got really angry. And that anger does come out sometimes against your partner. It's not necessarily they're mad at you, they're just mad in general. So the best way, it's not that women are confusing, it's that we have a lot more emotions to go through. Not only that, our hormonal cycle is completely different than a man's. A man's hormonal cycle is like the sun. It peaks in the morning and sets at the end of the day. While a woman's is like the moon, where you go through an entire phase each month. So 1 week, a woman can be having a bad week, which is the full moon. And then there can be the good week, which is the new moon. While a guy will start off feeling really good, and then as the day goes on, they feel more and more tired. And then it resets once they've slept. So that's another thing to take account for as well. Our hormonal cycles and menstruation, our menstruation's completely different. It's like a whole fucking year-long thing, and for guys, your hormones are daily. We're emotional as fuck, but it comes from a place. Cuddles help, communication support. So true. Communication's huge for me. Typing this for the people who are in ads. There we go. So what I type for the people who aren't in ads, it's not that women are complicated, everyone is complicated, and we need to work together to not base it on gender. Because if you say women are difficult to understand, you're just saying women are the problem. People are hard to understand in relationships. And you gotta work together to understand each other. And it'll be tough sometimes. There will be bad days, but you just gotta trust. Today's a lesson day, apparently. It's been a rough week for me. Last weekend I was really sick. And I just have, it's been a rough week mentally for me. I've been in the depression rut for like 2 weeks. So this is definitely coming from somewhere. So I apologize to anyone who's like, damn, I came here for art, but she's edumacating. It's because it's been a rough week for me, and I'm sick of people. Yeah, exactly, Maren. Exactly. And welcome back from ads. I didn't say anything that wasn't said in the chat, but I was apologizing for anyone who wasn't in the ads. Today has been a rough week for me, if you couldn't tell. Not necessarily in like the relationship department, but just like people in general. So I apologize. It's been less art and less fun yapping and more educating. I didn't have anything planned to talk about today either, so that didn't help. I also, my last thing about like relationships and stuff, if you're on TikTok, there is a specific side of TikTok that's very educational for relationships that I love. Today has been a rough week for me. Mood. Oh, I'm sorry that you're also having a rough week, Fanta. We're in the struggle bus together. It sucks when you have the best intentions, but you're better recognizing when there's an issue. Yeah, that is very true. For me, the best way that I view it is intentions are great, but it's how you execute it that matters. And same with emotions. However you are feeling is entirely valid. You're allowed to feel mad, sad, angry, pissed off, frustrated. It's how you act on it that matters. Are you immediately going to yelling, snapping at them, being short with them? Then you're not utilizing your emotions properly. But if you're able to regulate it, recognize it, like even just telling your partner, I'm having a bad day today, so if I end up being short, it's not you. Even just saying that is so helpful. I've been in 3 long-term relationships. I've been engaged. I've never married, if you want to know how that went. And I've lived with partners. I've done long distance. My longest relationship was long distance as well, 4 years almost. So I think I'm pretty good at communication, but it also depends on the partner. If they're not willing to accept my communication, that's not gonna work. Hello, Mary Rose, how are you? Sorry, you popped in while I'm like yapping. Sorry to hear that it has been rough this week to work on the theme of communication. If there's anything we can do to make it better, let us know. Thanks. Honestly, I'm doing long distance right now, and all my relationships have been long distance. Most of mine have been local. I only have ever had one long distance relationship, and this was the most recent one. And it was probably one of the best relationships I've been in, while all the ones I've dated locally sucked. My mom's like, don't date long distance again. No more long distance relationships, because she saw how heartbroken this past relationship made me. But she's like, date locally. I'm like, okay. Yeah, date locally. Where the guys I dated were the scum of the earth. That sounds good. Men here suck. Let's see. I'm good, Mary Rose. In terms of, like, my week, there's nothing that you guys could really do. I mean, you guys have been helping a lot with the Minecraft server. I've been having a lot of fun distracting myself playing on there with you guys. And, like, doing the raids and stuff, going into the cities and the trials and stuff has been really, really fun. And also hanging out in the body doubling. So you guys are already helping a lot with my week. It's mostly just brainworms. You know, when you're, like, up at 2 a.m. and you get, like, a sad video on TikTok and you're like, oh, time to cry. That's how my week has been going, basically. That's why I haven't been sleeping. Support your local market. Date homegrown bachelors. God. And my mom is like, do not date from the States again. I have shutdowns, so understandable. Yeah. Coffee Run, hello! I follow you on Twitter. Thanks for the follow. I love your art. Thank you. Don't trust anything you think about yourself after 9 p.m. My rule is 2 a.m. because I'm a night owl. And yeah, that's rough. Hope the next week will be better. Hopefully. Hope so. That's been good for you. Makes it more worth it on my end. Hello, awesome work on there. It looks lovely so far. Thank you. We're working on a commission right now. I'm struggling a little bit with values on this. I will admit. I have a layer that allows me to look at them, and because she's like mostly pink and whites, value is mostly in her eyes and the straps on her chest, but I'm trying to get more value on her hair. But then every time I try to make the shadows darker, they don't look good. You're a night owl too? Nice. I will say, I work better when I wake up early in the morning. I do love waking up early, but I'm the most creative at night. It's always 2 a.m. somewhere in the world. Not sure I get it. She looks like a kind lady with good moral values. So for... Oh, I see what you did there. I fucking hate you. So... Like, there's values there, but I need more contrast. Thank you. I'm glad you enjoy my Twitter shenanigans. Yeah, I do. I see you constantly bugging people to sing. I'd sing for you if you came in after like a good 2-hour rant session from me. We started off on how hair follicles work because I'm a hairstylist, or at least I used to be. And then it turned into relationship advice real fast. So it's been 2 hours of no progress on art and all yapping. No, I'm not singing. Here, actually, I can sing a song for you. Give me 1 second. Let me pause Spotify. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Up above the world so bright, like a diamond in the sky. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. There you go. I hope you like that. Not my voice cracking immediately as I'm singing it. Like I said, I just rambled, so my throat is sore. You're welcome. Good night, everyone. Sweet dreams. I do like singing, but I don't got a voice today, and I'm running on 5 hours of sleep. Thank you, Kinu. Actually, I am gonna drink some water. Amazing vocals. Oh! Thank you, Fanta! Encore! Oh god. Hang on. I have a better one. Oh, actually, you guys want a French song? A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. There you go. You can do the French alphabet. Thank you so much for the gifted subs. I appreciate that. Something went wrong. Hi, Reem. You came in when Coffee Run's asking me to sing. Oui, je parle français un peu. Only a little, though. Like, very, very little. I just hope that friggin' Slenario's not in here. He'll hear my butchered French. I can also speak a little bit of Korean. 안녕하세요. Oh, hang on. I have my little cheat sheet. 1 sec. I gotta open it. Korean. We got, okay. 안녕하세요. 저 이름이 뭐예요? I know some basic stuff. So we got 안녕하세요. We got 감사합니다. I'm not a Koreaboo. I like learning languages. I can speak a little bit of German, French, Spanish, English. Or actually a lot of French. What does that mean? That was me saying that my name is D. Jonan is when you're saying I. But yeah, I genuinely enjoy learning languages. French is my family. My family's French. My brother also likes learning languages. He speaks almost fluent Japanese. I've learned a good chunk of Spanish based off of my knowledge with French. I know a little bit of German. Because I got a German wifey. I know some Vietnamese because the guy that I was engaged to is Vietnamese, and I've known him like my entire life, so I picked up stuff from him. Oh, is it Shibel? Shibel. Yeah. I love Shibel. If you want to say wow, you say Debak. So Daebak was a boat that actually used to come to bring resources to Korea, and when people would get so excited, they'd shout Daebak. And so now Daebak's just become a way to say wow. No, Shibal, Shibal. It's basically fuck or shit. It's like if you stub your toe, you say Shibal. If someone's pissing you off, you say Shibal. If you like learning languages, I can teach you Icelandic if you hate yourself. I'm down. I was trying to learn Finnish as well. Shibal. More like ball. But their L is kind of soft. You're only using, like... You're, like... lifting your tongue a lot more. Shibal. Shibal. I'm gonna... I don't know if Twitch is gonna pick up on me cursing like crazy. Vieira accent. Jesus Christ. I'm not the best at speaking Korean, but I can read it pretty well. I know Hangul very well. I know how to read Hangul as well. Like, speaking Hangul, recognizing Hangul, reading Hangul. I'm getting better at translating. Speaking Korean is difficult, though. I have to take a moment to think before I speak, which I should probably do all the time, but I don't. Thank you. You want to see the details? Look at the details. I'm gonna render these. I found some brushes where you can individually do them. Let me show you on... Here, we'll remove the lessons. Oh, and also a lesson for Korean. Moyo means like... It's a way to say that you are. And then there's... So we got Shibel, Debak, Jonin is I. Oh, moyo is what it is. So if you hear moyo in a sentence, they're talking about what something is. So by me saying, jo imnida D, that is my name, and then moyo is like it is. It is saying, I name D, it is. That is what it is. Okay, so these brushes, and I found them on the CSP, like just the Clip Studio asset page for free. Shit, you know what? I don't think they got saved. Let's go to my downloads. Let's see, where are they? Right here. So we gotta go all the way down, all the way. We're gonna go from here to here. We gotta go to clothing. Oh, no, it's saved in here. Never mind. I already have it. So, there are these lines, which I did to, like, do this. Then there's these. Then there's these. And then these, which is kind of like the first one, but it already does the, like, the space between them. And then there's these. Beautiful. I love them. Yeah, I like using light mode for things. I like blinding myself, basically. Yeah, I love them. They're great. And then I got some cute, like, flower brushes as well. We got these ones here, which I used for the PNG tuber I did recently. So if we open that up, let's look at. Oh, I gotta show you guys the PNG tuber. She looks beautiful. Oh wait, wait, wait a minute. I am her. I am all powerful. I wish she was watching my stream right now. Hello, I'm Sephiria VT. Wait, Runa, are you still here, Runa? Runa, come back. Runa, I'm your sister. I used them on her shirt. I'm impersonating your sister. Doesn't she look great? I'm really proud of her. She looks great. I'm gonna do myself one like this as well. And then we got Runa. Wow, twin sister. Let me grab Runa's. This is my other VTuber baby. And Sephiria's sister. Look at me. I'm Runa. I'm a dude. That's all I know. Oh, I'm a guy and I have robot fox ears. Why? Look at me. I'm so handsome. Wow. I fight on. Ah! I don't know what I moved. I moved something. Hello, Digi. Thank you for the follow. This isn't my PNG tuber. This is a client's PNG tuber. I'm just impersonating people for fun. I am Sephiria. I'm beautiful, pretty lady. Hell yeah. Look at her thighs. I rendered her thighs so well. And her knees? A little identity theft as a treat. I told her I'd do this. I warned her. The tattoo is tricky to get it to like turn with her arm when she lifts. I need an explanation towards the mascot. Why is it placed in front of the pants? What do you mean? What mascot? This guy? This guy down here? Nom 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 nom. You can eat him. Nom nom nom. Oh, on the male VTuber. Oh, he's a keychain. Hang on. It's a keychain. Wait. Wow. Let's look at his junk real quick. Sorry, Runa. We're looking at your junk. It's a keychain. You can see the little, like, loop. I really, hang on. I'm gonna text Runa to go into the chat. See, that made me think on a completely different direction. Okay, hang on. I gotta message Runa. Runa. Where are they in my DMs? I literally just talked to them the other day. Oh, there they are. Look in stream. I hope he pops in. I hope he sees that. Oh, hang on. We gotta make the face bigger. I'm peeking. Hey, pretty lady. Little eyebrow raise. Hello. She's dressed up like me. Hi, Rita. We were showing off your junk mascot. I was impersonating you. I was also impersonating Saphira because I was like, oh, I gotta show you guys the VTuber I finished, and I realized I could just be her. Oh, shit. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. You're sideways. Oh, I can make you lay down. Hang on. Upside down, Runa. Sup? She's gonna say a gamer word. Sup, gamers? I'm Runa. Welcome to what game are you playing currently? I don't know what game you're playing right now. I wish I could quickly flip him, make him dance. My junk mascot is insane. Yeah, your junk mascot. Hello. I love that eyebrow raise I gave him. Hello. Old school RuneScape? Hi guys. Welcome to Old School RuneScape. Today we're gonna hate ourselves while we play RuneScape because it's a pain to play. We make you spin. Here. This is what happens when I don't want to draw. I was gonna do personal art. I was gonna do personal art today, guys. Let's see your sister. Look how pretty she is. I am so proud of her thighs. I hope she likes her thighs. I love your PNGs so much. I just popped in, but what program do you make the PNGs for? VOD. I do it all for VOD, but they work for pretty much all options. For all programs. They just wouldn't be like, if you were to open them in like PNG Tuber Plus, they wouldn't be like super animated. You getting distracted? Shut up. Oh, hang on. She could be upside down too. I didn't do the eyebrow raise for her, and I'm a little sad. I totally forgot to do that. Not that it's like mandatory for my commissions, but it's like, you know, it's a cool detail I added to Runa's. She loves it. She got worried Twitch TOS would not allow the whole thigh thing. Worst case scenario, she gets a banner and she just like does this, you know, like a little sneak peek of the thigh, or like covered a butt, put a mascot in front of it. She should be okay because it's not like her legs are spread. I think it should be fine. I'm glad we went with this pose. I gave her a few options for poses, and I'm glad she chose this one. Okay, back to me. This is my old one. This is what my PNG tuber used to look like when I was a cat girl. Remember when I was a cat girl, guys? I don't know if you ever noticed, but the way that I animated the pen, it's not even like my hand's not even moving. One of the few downsides of asymmetric designs, yes. I do want to do a full PNG tuber for myself again, instead of my chibi. Like, the chibi's cute, but sometimes I want to be a hot lady. You was a good cat, thank you. It's a pretty kitty. I mean, there's not necessarily facing backwards. People just choose what side they like to be on. I remember. I did my part. One second. The mom says hi. She specifically said that too. She's like, oh, tell your friends D-Mom says hi. She tried saying hi to you guys directly, but I was muted. I was like, I'm muted. She's like, oh, tell them I say hi. She likes you guys. She just got home from a weekend thing. Not really a weekend thing. Thursday, she left Thursday night, was gone all Friday, and then just got back now. I'll tell you guys, I'll tell her, wait, I'll send her a screenshot. Everyone say hi in the chat. If you haven't said hi yet, say hi. I'm gonna send her a screenshot of the chat, so she can see how popular and loved she is. Take screenshot. Aw, thanks, Marin. Okay, I'm taking a screenshot now. Okay, I'll send that over to her. Oh, I gotta get Reams. Hang on, we'll do it again. Okay, from up here. There we go. Okay, now I'm sending a screenshot. Facebook. Hello? Can I type, please? Facebook. Messenger. Aw. Oh. And I regret opening Facebook. My aunt did a post. It's apparently my Nana's death anniversary of 10 years. Oh, with a picture of her. Now I'm sad. I loved my Nana. She was a goof. This is why I don't open Facebook. I'm just reminded of shit. Okay. Where's my pen? Oh, it's literally right in fucking front of me. But yeah, so I used the back to the brush talk. Facebook is the devil. Yeah, I only have it because my mom likes messaging on Messenger. She can text me. She doesn't. So I put it here as like a stamp, and then I'm gonna be rendering over top of it to give it the definition. But I'm not gonna do like too much. I'm dying. God, my throat. It's only 1:30. I want to play Minecraft. How many of you guys are playing Minecraft tonight? Play Minecraft. You stop dying.
So,
Lock in.
back
Shit.
in the day, jingle, jingle, jingle.
Jingle, jingle,
back
jingle.
in the day, before
jingle.
the back rooms were a thing, okay?
Jingle,
jingle,
jingle.
pay attention, pay attention. I said your favorite word, the back rooms, okay? The back rooms, dingle,
The back rooms. Dingle, dangle. Jingle, jingle. Jingle, jingle. I gotta make it. Hang on. Stream manager. Jingle, jingle, jingle. Alright. Emo only mode. Hello? Where is emo only? Why is it not on my list? Emote. Oh, my voice. Bad. Emote only mode. There you go. Thank you, Sensei. I do need to drink water. My voice is going. This is the most I've talked in like a week. Because I didn't do my Saturday stream last week. Because I was hungover as fuck. You can thank eyes for that. And then that hungover lasted until like Monday. And then just felt like shit all week. Wednesday was fun though, but it was like low energy stream, so there wasn't a lot of talking. Throw your fishies in the chat. While I draw, we're gonna lock in. Is you're supposed to be quiet. At least pretend you're on emo only mode. Missed you yet. Think about it. You. Oh my god. Jesus Christ, eyes. Oh, I like that fishing one. That's so cute. Oh, this is a good song. You want to know what I think about every time I hear this song? Megamind. I really like Megamind. What a good movie. I quote it a lot as well. The way that I answer calls sometimes is Olo. I love going Olo, and I've only ever had one person get it. I also say Ola a lot when I answer calls for some reason. Yeah, fuck yeah, we could watch Megamind. I love Megamind. Megamind and Ratatouille are those two movies that you can watch endlessly and never be affected by it. You could never get sick of it. Literally, I know that this isn't locking in, but hear me out. My dad, when it was my weekend with him, he had a few movies downloaded on his PlayStation for me to watch, but the only two I was interested in was Up and Megamind. So I would watch Megamind literally on repeat. And then like the next weekend I would do Up that whole weekend. And I would just do them back to back to back. That's how I entertained myself. I have a friend who also really likes Ratatouille, and in her server for her FC, for people who know what that is, she literally just has a channel called Ratatouille, and it's where they watch Ratatouille. Meow, 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 meow. Watch someone be like, this is AI, because I have like, you can see the brush kind of like glitches out sometimes, and it's because I'm lazy. Not lazy, it's that it's such a tiny detail no one's gonna fucking notice if I clean it up or not. I also like to do messy art. You commission me, you get messy art. You don't want messy art, don't commission me. I care about how it looks zoom out. You zoom in, find issue? That you issue. That's also like, I saw someone who was like, if you're not professional, I'm not going to commission you. They didn't say that to me, but they said in like a comment section. And I was like, I hope that guy never commissions me because I will message you like we've been friends for years. I like being a goofy goober. We're all goofy goobers, yeah. How long has it been? I didn't set a timer. Should I for you guys from emote jail? No? Okay. Ice doesn't want me to talk. He hates me. So he's put you guys on timeout. Or he hates you guys. One of the two. Thank you for the lurkies. The sooner you finish this, the sooner you can do personal art. I don't think I'm doing personal art anymore today. I think I'm gonna do Minecraft. Run away. Yesterday. Away. away, run away. Thanks, Eyes. It's say only for this room. What does that even mean? Mm. Freedom! You guys are free! And I actually did some art! This commission's not due for 5 more days? 6 more days? So... Engaged. I'm fast? I don't think so. I've been really slow, actually, the last, like... the last couple weeks. I've been a bit slower with my art. And you know why? It's because I don't have Red Bull. I should go get some. I should go get Red Bull. Nah, you fast. If you guys don't give me Red Bull, I have it on my throne. Don't do it. Oh. That'll really help me never sleep again. Speaking of, I'm gonna grab me one right now. Ah, you wanna share? What's your favorite flavor, Sensei? Did you see? They're discontinuing. Oh my god, I need to calm down. They're discontinuing the fucking apricot strawberry one. I'm so mad. I'm so upset about it. That's my favorite one. Hi, Otter. I'm so mad. Yeah, they're getting rid of the blueberry, apricot, and whatever that other one is. Mango, I think. Ugh, it's so good, and they're getting rid of it like fucking losers. You came by just to say hi? Wow. Thank you. Hi. You gonna watch Wicked? I'll be honest, and none of you guys can come for my throats. I don't get the hype. What is it about? What is Wicked? I like the actors. We got What's Her Face and What's Her Face, the lesbians. But I don't know what it's about. Have you heard of The Wizard of Oz? Yes. I've never been huge into musicals. The only musical I ever listened to was shit, what's it called? Hamilton. That's the only one I actually got into. Girl, we don't have time to explain Wicked. There's so much. You got plenty of time. I'm probably streaming for a little bit longer. It's a twist of Wizard of Oz. Okay, so kind of like... Is it kind of like how Maleficent is like the altered story or the other perspective of Sleeping Beauty type thing? You got 50. I'm on my way. Yes? Okay. I might be interested in that then. I like the other perspectives type of viewpoint. I really liked Maleficent because it was like, she wasn't necessarily a villain. She was betrayed and she was hurt. Okay. I'd be down to check this out then. Yeah, I'm not like too in tuned with musicals. I know of Epic, I know Heathers, I know Hamilton, I know Wicked, but I've only ever actually like, and even with like Hamilton, I've never watched Hamilton. No, I did recently. I was supposed to see the actual play, but I mostly just listened to it for the music. Here's a book. I don't read. I'm illiterate. You can thank dyslexia for that. I'm not someone who needs to dive too much into stories. I'm satisfied with just the movie. I am a simpleton. I'm that person that would just watch like a movie for that was like a popular like Harry Potter, for example. I would just watch the movie. I'd never read the books. But also, I don't like. Actually, I've never watched Harry Potter. I can't say I don't like it. I think my thing is that I wish school was that fun. Okay, I can see that. I think I tried watching it once before. I really, really struggle for sitting through movies. It is a battle for me. And so when movies are really long, like Lord of the Rings and Harry Potter, I can only get so far through. And then picking it back up again is a struggle. So I think I watched one movie and then I just never picked it up again. And like I fell asleep while we were watching it. Same with Lord of the Rings. I can never sit through it. I don't get very far in it. I do not have, not necessarily, it's not just attention span, but it's also just like, if it doesn't grab me immediately, then I struggle. Yeah, Lord of the Rings, yeah. Yeah, that's my viewpoint on it too, Otter. It's like, the story and stuff is great, but the person who created it is bleh. Unpopular opinion, falling asleep during a movie is the best part. It is, unless the person who was showing it to you was really excited for you to watch it, and then I feel really bad. I do much better with animated. If it doesn't grab me by the balls. For me, I really like animation. It grabs my attention a lot more because I really like the arts behind animation and like stylistic choices. And so I'm not just watching it for the story, I'm watching it for the art of it. Ooh, anime. I'm not much of an anime nerd. I think I've watched only a handful of animes. My main struggle with animes these days is that most animes have really bad dubs, and I cannot watch things without like doing something, like drawing or something. I did really like Dungeon Meshi. It had a really good dub, and the guy from Damien from Smosh voiced Laios. Which is funny because I watch Smosh a lot, and so Damien will be there, and I'll be like, oh, hello, Dodo. Welcome back. Okay, that adds some more value. Look at that. We got more values, people. Now we just gotta get it more in her hair. Her hair is where it's lacking right now. But you don't want to go too dark with pink or else it gets muddy. So that's where it's like, I'm trying to use her reference, like the way that they colored her hair, and the reference looks really good. This album, yeah, it's fire. I love Panic at the Disco. You guys want to hear a stupid, edgy story about myself? Back when I was emo and edgy and thought I was so cool, you know how smileys were a thing where you'd burn yourself with a lighter? There were also purposefully giving yourself scars, the scarification tattoos. So, wait. Okay, I'm waiting. Yeah, it's a cringe alert, 100%. Oh, Dodo, you're so fucking smart. Oh yeah, I was emo. Thank you, Dodo. That's actually very helpful. So, what I did was I was really into um Black Veiled Brides, like a lot. And you know, they have like that star with like BVB, 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 and it's like shaped like a star. So when I was a teenager, I thought, wow, it would be really cool to have scarification of their star logo on my shoulder. So I started. I do not condone self harm. So I started to cut a star into my shoulder. I finished the star and went, what if one day they become problematic or like do something bad or I don't like them anymore? So now I just have a star on my shoulder. It is so subtle. I did not cut deep enough for it to be a scar. However, you can see it ever so slightly and through the freckles. It is like, if you know what's there, you can see it. If you don't know what's there, you cannot see it. I forget about it constantly, and no one in my family knows about it. I'm glad I skipped that part of the emo phase, dude. It was like the part of the emo phase where it wasn't even necessarily self-harm for the sake of hatred, it was self-harm for the sake of being badass. I sucked at it, though. You know, suddenly understand where you got the idea of hiding Koroks around from. You already started hiding things on your body. Hell yeah. A part of me wishes I fully committed to it, because that would be really cool. I guess it's not too late. I'm not going to. I want to get tattoos, so. It's not self-harm if someone else does it. Then it's just a business. What other edgy secrets do I have? Have any edgy secrets? I used to wear rainbow eyeshadow a lot. That's not really a secret, though. Oh, here's a fun story. So, when I was like seeing emo, I used to always do full face of makeup before I went to school. Full eyeliner, eyeshadow, like I went all out. So one night I pulled an all-nighter. It was a Sunday night, so I did have school the next day. And I did go, and I was fine until I got home. Then I crashed and I went to bed. So I ended up getting woken up by my mom, who was like, D, it's time for you to go to school. Like, it is 7. You need to go to school. I look at the time. I look outside. It's like that, like, between nighttime and daytime. So, like, I slept through dinner and through the whole night. Also, sorry if you hear the dogs in the background. I slept through the night and, like, the dinner and nighttime and everything. And she was waking me up for school the next morning. And I'm like, oh my god. And I normally need to be up at 6:30. But I was waking up at 7, so I start panicking. So I'm doing my makeup because, like, you know, I'm a teenage girl. If I don't do my makeup, everyone's gonna hate me type mentality. So I'm doing my makeup and I'm panicking. I'm using my liquid liner, and it, like, for anyone who's used liquid eyeliner, you may know this pain where it, like, pokes your eye, and then the entire liquid liner starts to cover my entire eyeball because it's spreading, and it stings. And now, because it's sting, I'm squinting and the liquid eyeliner hasn't dried yet. So now my entire side of my face is filled with black ink. So now I have to clean that side of the face and start all over. I'm panicking because I'm trying to get ready for school. I get dressed, which, by the way, when you're seen, you're wearing, like, tutus and frills and shit, and, like, thigh-high sneakers, and, like, the whole shebang. You got, like, 70 bracelets on each wrist. You got earrings and a fake piercing. And I go downstairs, and my mom and my stepdad are sitting on the couch, and I'm panicking. I'm like, why aren't you guys dressed to bring me to school? We gotta go, because they normally would drive me. And they're laughing. It wasn't 7 a.m. the next day. It was 7 p.m. the same day. They pranked me. They pranked me good. I was both equally so mad and thought it was hilarious, but I was like, the panic I had, I just went back to bed. I went back upstairs and went to bed. It was so mean. They still talk about it that day. Yeah, they got me good. They had me, because when you wake up in a panic, you aren't necessarily looking at the tiny details. I saw that it was that in between night and day, like sky where it's like a dark blue, and I saw 7. So I was up and I was getting ready because I needed to be out the door in like 5 minutes. Yeah, definitely recommend doing it if you got a kid. Definitely depends. I think that if they did it to my sister, she probably would have murdered them in cold blood. But I just kind of looked at them and went, oh my god. I laughed, and then I went upstairs, and I went to bed with my makeup on, because I didn't give a fuck. Okay, we're gonna take Dodo's suggestion, which is increasing the saturation. We're gonna do the saturation on the fur and the hair, but not, actually, well, we'll play with it as we go. Luckily, don't have the problem if I'm late, so I don't rush. I take my time. Mistakes happen in a rush, so I rather take it slow. That's smart. My mom at the time would get really, really mad if I would be late. And if she didn't drive me, I'd have to walk to school, and it was like a 30-minute walk in the morning. And I had really bad anxiety with being late, and I had a really mean teacher. So I would do I also just have anxiety being late to things. I don't like being that person who walks into the class and everyone's staring at me. Oh my god, Dodo, you're a fucking genius. Look at the difference in the value. That looks beautiful. It is a little further from their actual color, so I'm going to tone it down a little bit. I don't want to, like, go away too much from their actual color. And now we're going to copy paste this for the hands. I think I'm going to keep the tail the light color, though. And now, check out the value difference. Dodo, you're a king. And now I'm going to do a little bit of extra rendering on the hair. The hands look good. The hands values look fire. Now it's just, I need the hair, I think, around the bangs and on the side and maybe in the ears to have a bit more rendering going on. The basement. See, we'll use multiply. Yeah. Thank you. I am notorious for humming. I know that I do it in calls a lot with friends and stuff, and I always am like, I really hope I'm not annoying them, but I also hope that they would tell me if I am. I am a big hummer. I'm always humming. Even when I'm not listening to music, I'll be walking around the house and I'll just be like, my go-to song to hum, there's the song from Coco, the Remember Me. I hum that, and I hum the City Folk theme song from Animal Crossing. The doo 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 doo. I'm a hummer. Jesus Christ. I'm just not gonna talk. You guys gonna bully me? I'd go emo only mode, but then eyes would just fucking talk in it. Why is it lagging? Why is it spicy? You guys see that? I'm like lagging a bit with the lines. I also love spicy. Yeah, there's a little bit of lag. Oh, I already checked the DMs. I just haven't responded. Yeah, I like putting ghost pepper sauce on everything. Is it lagging? Why does it hate me? Anyone here like baby metal? I've been listening to baby metal since they were 13. They're adults now. I love J metal and I love J rock. And I love K rock. They gotta just say gimme chocolate. I like gimme chocolate. Megitsune and gimme chocolate are my two favorites. I listened to them a lot in high school, and then I forgot about them for a while, and then rediscovered them like half a year ago, and I was like, oh my god, I love these. I love them. Their music's so good. And then I was like, wait, how old are they now? And I think they're the same age as me, or maybe younger. Maybe metal age. It's not telling me anything. Come on. Metal ages. Yeah, they are my age. So we got 26, 25, and 21. So the 26-year-old is the closest to my age. So yeah, when I was in high school, they were like 13. Being this age is unreal. It's stupid. How are my friends getting married and having kids, and I live in my mom's basement streaming anime girl art? Girl failure. Oh no. Right, that means they are my age as well, and I don't know how I feel about that. Yeah, they're no longer babies. Who's having a better time though? You know? Probably me. Aside from me not making enough money. But who knows, maybe they're not either. I guess I should tell you guys. I haven't talked about it on stream. I've talked about it with my family. Don't ask why I talked about it with my family. But I'm gonna be increasing commission prices in the new year. Thank you for the follow. Yeah, look at the difference that makes. Much more value-y. I'm probably bringing the bus up to... Probably rounding it at 100 Canadian, which is like 80 USD, I think. So if we want to commission, we should do it now. Yeah, anyone who's on the wait list now will not have to pay the increased prices. So if you want to secure a spot before the prices go up in the new year, then try to get on the wait list before the new year. Anyone that's on the wait list before January 1st will have old prices. Anyone who joins the wait list after January 1st will have the new prices. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And I do think I'm going to be capping my wait list at 50 if I have 50 people on the wait list and it's being closed. Just because at that point it's kind of ridiculous having people having to wait that long, you know? Unrealistic. And then I think, like, once I have, like, a chunk of slots open, then I open it again. Adding, like, 50 things, oh my goodness. I also have an eye banner that I'm going to be adding. I'm currently working on examples for it, which are presents for 2 people. I've already started them. They don't know I'm working on them. And I'm adding my chibis back, which I'm doing an example for already as well for Snow, who does know that I'm working on it for them. So chibis will be coming back, but they'll be better quality than before. Yeah, Eyes has seen the eye banner. Okay, values should be better with the hair now. Yeah, look at that. Look at that. Much better. And now if I turn this back on, yeah, the hair pops up much more. Thank you, Dodo, for the help. I don't know if you're still here, but increasing the saturation is smart. I never thought about doing that, because whenever I think value, I think make it darker. But increasing the saturation on something also makes it darker. That's some clever thinkings right there. I also want to add in... My banner's tempting. Chibi beans are tempting. Got an idea for a custom thing as well, but yeah, so many ideas to commission D. I like having variety, I will say. And I think the thing that's awesome with VGen as well, I'm getting a lot more clients through VGen than I've ever gotten commission-wise, period, like, in general. And I think it's because with VGen, you're able to offer unique services, because there's some people who, they want art of their character, but they don't want to have to come up with an idea because they don't have one. And so by being able to see unique services like a chibi that is in a specific situation, like the YCHs, I think YCHs are great for people who just want art of their character but don't know what they want art of, like, specifically. Because then they can go through, it's like window shopping. And as an artist, I love doing YCHs because it's like, I already have the base. And so I like doing the emotes. I already have the base. And now you just give me the character. Easy thinking on my end, easy thinking on your end. And usually YCHs are cheaper too. YCH is pretty consistently a top search term of VGen. Yeah. Sure is. I do have invites. I think I have 3 at the moment. Where's my stripes? Yunny stripes. Yunny! Oh, where's my stripes? Oh, they're right here. I like this stripe brush. Yep. I am an avid canvas flipper. I flip too much. And it's not even to check to see how it looks. I do it purely for the sake of convenience with brushstrokes. It makes drawing traditionally really difficult. I'm just so used to correcting my angles that when I have to draw from a forced angle, I'm like, I don't know how to do this. Ah, those look so good. So good. Canvas flip flippers rise. I do think you can flip too much though, because the main purpose for flipping is meant to be to refresh your mind, to be able to look at your art in a different situation, because it helps you notice flaws. But when you're flipping so much, your eyes become comfortable with both directions, and then fixing becomes so much harder. Yeah, these look good. Let's go. So. I love Kingslayer. So pretty. Okay, this is actually finally coming together. Praise be Dodo. 921 followers. Did I get 20 followers today? You guys are crazy. Because I had like, what, 905 or something like that when I started streaming today? That's crazy. Crazy cupcakes. We're so close to 1K, guys. That's so cool. I can't believe it. We do need more. You're right. We need to start an uprising of people who follow me. It's finally coming together. Meanwhile, the moment I joined the stream, I thought, oh, this is almost finished. It looks amazing. It kept getting better. Yeah. No, it's still not even near done. I still got lots to do. Thanks. Yeah, she's quite floofy. Very pretty. And Time would gladly use her as a pillow. Hi, Rolly. Wait, Rolly, you were here already, weren't you? I don't remember if this is your first time coming to the chat or if you were here already. I'm tired, in my defense. I hope your day is going well. I drink water, but I'm very comfy how I'm sitting. Wasn't have been. Okay. Thanks for lurking. I'm tired. I'm errant. I'm errant. I was just telling you to drink, stretch, posturize. Yeah, I know. I just know some people will come in with that to also say that they're here. I'll stretch. Oh, I almost dropped my tablet. Oh, that. Guys, I smell like watermelon today. Just so you're aware. I have this like face cleanser that I wish I used more often, but I don't because I keep forgetting I have it. But I got out of the shower and I saw it and I went, oh, I want to smell like watermelon. Thank you, eyes. Oh, thank you for the follow. Yeah, watermelon. I said hi earlier, but you were in the middle of a discussion about how good you are with kids and your siblings. Ah, that's why I missed you. Yeah, once I'm in a tangent, it's hard to get me out of it. Yeah, it smells like real watermelon, but a touch of like candy watermelon. Both good, both good. My face is so soft because of it. Chewing on these face. No. So now I think that it's mostly getting the blanket shawl thing and the top to kind of like tie it together, you know? And you know what else we need? Even non-artists know this. What is a final touch on a female with boobies? What is missing? What is needed? I give a crisp high five to Cowbell. No! I'll give a crisp high five to whoever can guess it. Ah, Twiggy got it! Twiggy got it! Twiggy gets the high five. We need the booby shine. Twiggy knows what's up. I do boob veins if, like, the boobs are the focal point. But in this, the boobs are not the focal point. They're just simply existing. There is a bit of shadow on the chest I'm not happy with, and I don't know where it's coming from. This? This? Where is it? What? Huh. Oh, what is that? There we go. What the fuck is that? What did I put that for? Oh! I see. Okay, I was wondering what was going on with the boob. It looked dirty. I think it already had what felt like the right choice, so I might as well shoot for the stars and see if somehow landed on the moon. Had to Google the spelling because what a bonkers arrangement of letters. Connoisseur? Yeah, it's pretty whack. We're on the wrong website for that merit. Yeah, boob veins are nice. We're also gonna add shine to the nose. Cute. Did I just hear boob veins? Where? Nah, there's none on screen, sorry. I apologize for misleading. Okay. Now I think for the shawl, what we're gonna do is we're gonna do some blocking. Hector lurking. Got more people to heal from strokes and other fucked up stuff. Okie dokie. Thanks for lurking. Isn't it wild when random people you know online have like grown-up jobs? Damn, couldn't be me. But yeah, it is pretty. That's like when I played Final Fantasy, one of my goofiest friends on there was a paramedic. And now he's head of the paramedics. So he is literally like, he's the guy who would play a Lalafell or would like play a cat girl that was like dressed real cutesy and silly and would just like be like at venues and stuff laughing. And then he'd be like, so last night I had to rescue a guy. He got shot in the neck and we had to stop the bleeding. I'm like, oh my god. Yeah, it's bizarre to me, especially when it's like a very serious one. Yeah. Like that one VTuber who's also a doctor. That's cool. You'd be shocked the amount of careers I've seen being an NSFW artist. When I used to do primarily NSFW stuff and I took a lot of commissions for that, I had teachers, doctors, there was a guy who worked at Walmart. There was a police officer. Criminal law, that's awesome. That's ironic. One of my guild leaders back in well likely was a criminal. Oh jeez. Shit. You know, what work was it? I didn't mean to click this, but maybe. Ew. 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 That does help, actually. Nice. Thank you. I. That's all I gotta say. Gonna lie, that shawl is maybe one of the most aesthetically pleasing renders you've done so far. Thanks. I'm glad you're saying that because I'm literally looking at it and I'm like, this is the worst bit of folding I've ever done. I am going to erase a part. Just a part. I don't like this.
Hello,
Oh!
everyone.
Good.
How are you? Fine, thank you.
Oh my god!
Thank you for the raid, Heroic. How have you been? I hope you're having a good day. Welcome in, raiders. How was your stream? What were you up to? Welcome on in, raiders. A little spiel about me. My name is Dee, and I like to draw. That's pretty much it. I have a fascination with fish. Then this is a commission. Thanks for popping in. Do you have any art tags for us, Heroic? If not, then feel free to raid and run if you gotta. And if anyone who came in with the raid, the viewers, if there's anyone who you'd rather watch that you enjoy, then I will not take offense. I stream purely for my own entertainment, not for the views. So, yeah, nice to meet you guys. I hope you, the ones who decide to stay, enjoy their time here. We're just vibing to some music while I, angrily stare at art and go, why is it not working? Oh, well, thank you for staying. This is a commission for Bim10, who is a partnered VTuber streamer on this platform. Definitely, if you like thick Scottish accents, go check her out. I'm also going to be doing some emote commissions for her as well. However, I'm wrapping up in about 30 minutes-ish, so if... I probably won't be getting around to the emotes tonight. But for anyone who's in my Discord server, you guys will probably watch me work on the emotes in the VC. Yeah, thick Scottish accents. Bimten, Bimten. Go check her out. She's a Werewolf Tavern Keep. I think I've seen a clip of her. I love her accent. She's got a lovely voice. Doing all right. We just did some tiny doodles today as the last month. I've been in a bit of a block with seasonal stuff. Hope you're doing well. I hope you get out of your rut soon. I totally get that, though. Especially, this time of year is so busy. And just, like, there's so much going on and so much you gotta think about that it's so easy to kind of, like, fall in some sort of pit. So I don't blame you at all. I've been doing okay, though. Thanks for asking. It's been a bit of a messy week. Didn't get to stream much this week, but, you know, I've been chilling. We started a Minecraft server with my community, which people have been having a lot of fun on. I'm about to finish building my house. We made it on Monday, so we've almost had it for a week now, and I've been, like, that's what I'm doing when I'm done streaming. You know what? We're gonna stop working on her rendering, and we're gonna go ahead and I wanted to do, like, petals flying through the air, which I do think I have a petal brush somewhere. This one? Why is it not showing up? Hello? Hello? Oh, it's because I had the transparency selected. Okay, so. Thank you for the follow. This is the best Majora's Mask song, hands down. I'm sorry if you disagree, but this is my favorite Majora's Mask song. We are turning this shit up. Thank you so much for having us. Your art is gorgeous and inspires me to want to try new brushes. Ooh, yes, do it. I've been spending a lot of time in the Clip Studio assets page, and I've just been scrolling and trying new stuff. And I even tried some new brushes on her shawl to give that like texture to it. I've been really enjoying. Oh, so yeah, that's my favorite song. It's the Astral Observatory. So when you're in Majora's Mask, there's some sort of quest in the fields, in Hyrule Fields, where you have to go to the observatory to talk to the wizard who lives there, and the song plays when you're talking to him, and it's like, it makes me happy. It's a song that makes me smile immediately. Majora's Mask is my favorite Legend of Zelda, by the way, for anyone who is interested. Primarily because, fun fact, Majora's Mask was made in 8 months. They were planning on making a different Legend of Zelda. I don't know which one came out around the same time. I think it might have been Twilight Princess or it was Skyward Sword. And there was one of the, I believe, lead directors didn't want to work on that Zelda and said, I can make a better Zelda. And they were like, okay, you have a year to make a better Zelda or to make a Zelda game, and you don't have to work on that project. And he's like, okay. So he took Ocarina of Time assets, which is why they share very similar assets and why it was the first Legend of Zelda to actually have a consecutive story instead of it just being a new timeline, because it's within, like, obviously for Zelda fans, you know, there's the 3 timelines and then they taper back together with Breath of the Wild. But each Zelda story was generally their own Zelda. But Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask is the same Zelda. And the only other time they do that is with Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. So it was the first time that they had done it. And the guy just took the assets from Ocarina of Time, adjusted the map, added some new assets, and he managed to make it with one of the best stories in 8 months. So I'm a huge fan of Majora's Mask. I also it's the scariest, I think. Out of all the Legend of Zeldas, Majora's Mask to me is the scariest. It has the most horror tones to it. And I'm a big fan of horror, so. I haven't played Tears of the Kingdom yet, but my friend did gift me a code for it. I just have yet to redeem it. I don't want to redeem it until I have a Switch that I can use to stream, because I only have a Switch Lite right now. I did really like Breath of the Wild, so my tier list is like, Majora's Mask, Ocarina of Time, Breath of the Wild, And then I think Wind Waker after that. The rest are kind of like tied. Either tied or I haven't played enough of them yet. Torn on the Switch too. I don't want to give my Nintendo more stupid money for their stupid shit. But at the same time, I would really like to have a proper Switch and might as well get the newer one if I'm gonna buy a Switch, you know? But I think I'd be happy with having a Switch one as well. I want a Switch that I can stream with. And might as well get the newer one so I can be up to date with games when I stream. But I also don't stream games that much anyways. But the new Mario Kart would be great to play with people on stream. And you guys would get a lot of Animal Crossing content. I tell you what. I would play so much Animal Crossing if I could stream it. I'm someone who really likes body doubling with games. Playing a game by myself, I can only really do that with Minecraft and like a handful of other games. But being able to like share my screen and show someone what I'm playing, I find a lot of enjoyment in that. And I love watching people play games. As a younger sister to an older brother who gamed a lot, I'll tell you now that if you are playing a game, I'm so happy to sit there and just watch. I am more than happy. It's like therapeutic to me. I do want to play the Sonic Racing so bad, but I don't own it. I want to play it so bad. I love racing games. Fun fact about me. I grew up playing Asphalt, and when I would play Grand Theft Auto, I love racing games. I'm not a huge car fan, like I'm not a car fanatic, but I love racing. I would love to play the Sonic Racing one, especially as someone who's like a big Sonic fan. Not huge Sonic fan, don't quiz me on shit, but I really enjoy Sonic. Sonic X, the show, peak. Sonic Adventure 2, peak. Breath of the Wild, Tears both didn't really click with me, sadly. I feel like people who really like original Legend of Zelda don't click with those two as much because it's a completely different system they're using. I'm mad about Tears of the Kingdom. A little hot take. I actually don't know if it's a hot take because I don't really talk to people about Zelda too much. But I think Tears of the Kingdom being its own game is stupid. It should have been a DLC. I know that they've never done DLCs, but like at least I'm pausing the music for this. Little vent session before I end my stream. So, the difference between Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask in comparison to Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom is Underground. I do want to watch that. So the difference is with Tears of the Kingdom, it's that it's literally Breath of the Wild copied and then added with more lore and a few extra things. With Ocarina of Time and Breath of the Wild, you got new maps, you got new characters, you got new stories, and it was a different experience using the same assets. While Tears of the Kingdom, same map, you get the same stupid trials. Sure, you get some new tools and you get some new characters, and a new story, but it felt like it could have been DLC. And it being its own, like, what, $80 game is fucking ridiculous. I was pissed when I found out how similar it was to Breath of the Wild. At least Majora's Mask was very unique in its own way while sharing the same universe and assets as Ocarina of Time. Tears of the Kingdom didn't need to be its own thing. And if they did make it its own thing, they should have added more. The story is good. I've heard it's good. I've been spoiled for the ending, unfortunately. But It does have a good story, good new characters, but the world is the same. As someone who plays games to explore and really enjoys exploring, it was kind of heartbreaking to me. It's like, okay, I already know all this shit. Oh, cool, they moved a shrine slightly to the left. Oh, cool, they added an outpost here. Like, did they even add any extra zones at all? I'm pretty sure it's just the exact same map from what I'm aware of. Yeah, I should play it before judging. I think I'm mostly going based off of the gameplay I've seen, because I have watched people play, and I was disappointed immediately. But I do want to play it. My friend bought it for me, so I am going to play it because they got it for me, and I'm not just going to be like, oh, thanks, and then not play it, but they added an underground. I did see that. I did see there's an underground area, which is kind of cool. Oh, and Skyrim. I did see Skyrims. You know, you're right. I take back my statement slightly. I still think it should have just been DLC. I know they've never done DLC for a Zelda game before, but I still think it wasn't enough for it to be... I'm mad at the price more than anything. I'm mad that it cost so much for something that used majority of the assets from a pre-existing game. Didn't need to be $80. Games these days don't need to be $80. I never play video games anymore because I can't afford it. Fucking stupid. And like getting a console, cool, you got the newest console. It's going to be irrelevant in 3 years because they're going to release a new console. And then on that new console, they're going to make it so that you can't play anything new because your stuff is outdated. So I'm more so mad at the price in the game. Just to make that clear. But yeah, I'm going to end it here on that negative note. Very ranty day today, but that's whatever. I apologize for the raiders who came in, but also, this is who I am. I like to vent. Yeah, price is bonkers. Games these days are fucking ridiculous. I'm not gonna raid out, because I ain't got that energy in me. I'm gonna hop on in Minecraft and put my rage towards a ward energy. Please rant more. I love hearing the rants. I do love ranting. And I try to keep it as lighthearted as possible. I try not to get, like angry with it. But I do feel bad sometimes. I'm worried someone new is gonna come and be like, this bitch is annoying. And with the new mechanics added, that to me is breathtaking that they managed to make it work with the new assets as well. That alone could be an entire game on its own. So I get what you mean, but I can't fully agree. Price is big though, yes. Yeah, that's fair. I will try it and then we'll see how I change my viewpoint after I play it. The price pisses me off. But thanks for hanging, guys. If any of you are playing Minecraft, I'll see you on Minecraft. And I'll talk to you guys in the Discord throughout the week. Next stream is... I'm not sure if I'm going to be consistent with Minecraft streams on Monday, because we're going pretty fast in the server. Not, like, too fast, but since we're all kind of working together, I think maybe it'll be a dependent on the mood. Monday won't be a guaranteed stream for Minecraft, but if on Minecraft I happen to be playing, then I'll stream. So we'll see. If not, then I'll see you guys Wednesday night, 8 p.m. EST for games. I kind of want to play Peak, but that's because I'm on such a Peak kick. But thanks for hanging, guys. Thanks for lurking. Thank you for the raids. And I'll hang out with you guys next time. Bye-bye.